Well, hello, Miss Sherry Berry. It has been a long time. How are you doing this fine Sunday
I'm good.
afternoon?
How are you?
I am alert and alive.
That's progress.
That's how we'll have to say it. I'm alert and alive, honey.
I have managed to hurt my back and I don't know how. It's been
Hi,
awesome.
Curti. Hi, Marijana. How are you all
Hello.
doing? Marijana, I think I've seen you all week on live. It's good to see you again on this live. Kina is in the background, so she will be providing the chat, and she will be posting, and she will be pinning your question. So if you have a question, post your question. We are not doing any love questions. Well, I'm not doing any love questions today, so don't ask me if he like you, how he feel about you, if y'all gonna be married forever. I just don't do love questions. Sorry to tell you. I'll do a general question. I'll do any other questions, but I am not doing love questions. So any other questions you have, please feel free to go ahead and post those. How's your week? Well, how was your last week? I'm anticipating that this will be a better week than it was last week because last week was me trying to get my life in order.
Um, it's been hard the last couple of weeks, to be very honest, trying to prepare for the event that's coming up for the
The wellness market.
this yeah, the market.
Oh, are you going to be a vendor or are you going to present or what are you going to
I
do?
I'm a vendor.
Oh,
I
great.
am a vendor.
You're going to have
So I'm
teas
trying
and
to
you're doing readings.
teas, readings, salves, ointments, stickers. I have somebody making stickers. I have somebody I think they're going to be making some chainmail, like keychains and stuff. And then,
Okay,
of
that
course,
sounds
my
good.
teas. I'm doing like some salves, like a protection salve and a salve for bruising and cuts on your skin. So
Oh, wow,
we'll
that's a
see.
good one. Well, look at you doing it all good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right.
Yeah, but
I have not decided. Well, I probably won't be a vendor because I'm not very much into psychic fairs, like being a vendor in that capacity. Um, I may do the like be a presenter or something if they need somebody to do a presentation or something, but I'm just not really into doing the like just y- doing readings in that arena. So
yeah, I get it.
I'm trying to share our stream. Am I even live? Let me check that. I did go live. I can't find our Oh, there we go. I'm like, what is the problem, people? Is this it? Okay, yes, that is correct. Okay. All right. Okay.
Uh,
So let
yeah,
me
it's
post some stuff. All right, we are ready to take readings. If you about your mental health and career. Oh my God.
hello, Karma. Chainmail. Yes, I mentioned that.
What is that?
Chainmail. Tuna's making chainmail.
What is that?
Chainmail, like, in the medieval times, the guys would wear the chainmail on their chests and stuff, but Tuna's making some chainmail stuff like necklaces, bracelets, stuff.
What's in it? I've never heard of it in any other way. Hi, Miss Sarah. How are you? I've never heard of it in any other way as far except for someone sending you a chain letter that says if you don't send it to 15 people, you're gonna fall down the flight of stairs.
Not chainmail, chainmeal.
As in MIL. Let
It
me go
is
back to the
chainmail.
oh.
Yeah, it is chainmail. Okay. It's just pieces of metal that are interwoven in tiny circles together.
You can join the the queue, Kina's posting your questions in there. We're not doing any love readings, guys. Oh, it's made with tiny rings. I'm sorry, go ahead, Miss
Yeah.
Sherry.
It's just made with tiny rings and they're all interlocked together.
Is there a method?
Chainmail.
Like what was the purpose of it in the past?
In the past, they would, in the like the Middle Ages, they would wear chainmail on their metal suits, on their tin suits. I'm gonna chainmail armor. Look, I'm pulling up a picture.
Oh, okay.
Can you see that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have never got that from what you were saying. I've seen those.
Okay. Okay. So he's making stuff with that, like um keychains, necklaces. I don't really know what everything he's making, but he's making some stuff for the event.
Oh, flexible armor. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Hi, Miss
Thank you,
Brenda.
Karma. I was like absent for words.
All right, Kina, go ahead and post the first question. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I just Lord help the child. Marijana. All right, you can go first, Miss Cherry Berry
Okay.
Marijana.
Been on every day this week. Same question.
Is there something specific that you want to know about what's coming in the month, Miss Marijana? Because I think that this question has been answered several times. So is there something specific that you're looking for for one of us to say? Or that like is there a specific element that you want to know, or you just want us to keep telling you? Like, because we're all going to the same higher power. So I just want to know, is there something specific? Okay, that's nice. Okay, okay. So there's a whole bunch of
That's
different stuff. Is
yeah.
finances. Okay, cool. See, that helps me out. Finances, because all right, you can go first, Miss Sherry Berry.
All right. Well, that just flew out. Take that one. Okay, so I have the King of Clubs, which is a judgy male or a male figure or a female with a lot of male energy, that they're judgy, that they are always like negative. Um, they can be seen as authoritative figure. Um, and for some reason, I'm getting that this is you. Um, that okay, that um, that's all I'm getting on that one. Okay, so then I have the five of spades, which is a death or a change card, which tends to mean that it's you need to forget the stuff that's in the past and bury the arguments and the confrontation that you've had with somebody in the past. And it's with the Queen of Hearts, which is a uh, like a soulmate or a female, another energy that is very loving and nurturing, but there's a lot of judgment and that has to stop. That has to kind of stop and you need to
Wait,
put
you
that
got the
aside.
five. What was that? Was that the five of swords or the five of, well, like which five was it?
Swords.
Okay,
If you wanted to do it that way, it's a five of swords.
because that's what I got to.
Okay. So all of that crap has to stop. And once that stops and you let it go, then you can move forward with whatever it is that you need to move forward with. Just, I'm hearing it's you that you're, and I don't mean to be an ass, but You're the judgy person. You're the person that keeps this feud going. Um, and that once you let go of that negativity and put positivity and going forward, that things will come in to play.
That kind of aligns with what I have, Miss Sherry. Because immediately when I said, "What is it that Marjana needs to know for her highest and greatest good regarding her finances?" and I clearly heard, "What is it that you want?" They clearly show me that you are feeling helpless, hopeless, and that you are tired of the situation that you're in. You're complaining about the situation, but what steps are you providing to move forward? They show me you just basically laying down flat and saying, "Lord, come get me. Like, just come save me." But you don't want to put any effort in. You don't want to do anything to make your own situation right. You just want to lay there and you want the path to be aligned for you and laid out for you as if you're a puppet and they are just, and your higher power is just moving you around. Like you have no kind of decision making, like you have no kind of, um, you have no kind of control over what's going on. And what they're saying is you have many options. There's a seven of cups here, which means you have many options. There are many things that you can decide. There's many different directions that you can go. You're refusing to go those ways. I got the nine of wands, which is you feeling like you've been beat down. You're feeling restless. You're feeling
Mhm.
tired. You're feeling weary. But this is also the card of resilience, which says hold on and keep moving forward. But then I got the five of swords, which is you feeling defeated, like you don't like you have no way to go. And what I clearly hear is if you don't like the job, are you applying for other jobs? Are you looking for another job? Are you trying to increase your finances? When I realized that having one job wasn't enough to pay all my bills, you know what I did? I got a second job and then I got another job because this is the job that I want to do every day. So I proactively took the steps to do what I needed to do to make enough money to make my ends meet. So how are you proactively working in your favor to make things happen? And I'm not trying to be mean, but again, just laying down flat like you're in a coffin and not doing anything means that you're just giving up your power and you're saying, "Well, Lord, whatever you want me to do, I'll do." Well, what if he tells you he wants you to be a ditch digger? Are you going to go and buy a shovel and just dig ditches all day? Like, how are you proactively moving forward to move yourself to another space or to even ask for what you want? You have not because you ask not. Your higher power is saying, what is it that you want? How much money do you want to make? What job industry do you want to work in? What is it that you do? Let me tell you one thing my higher power will never say, we don't know what Angie wants because I want. I tell them all the time, I want to do this. I want to do it every day. I want to do it full time. I want to help a lot of people and I want to do it in a platform where I can reach a lot of people at times and uplift the community. I want to be high vibrational. I tell my higher power all the time. They never have to say, "Well, I don't know what Angie wants." They like, "Angie, we get it. We know every detail down to the millisecond, the color, the shoes, the hair, and the purse that you want when you go to work every single day. We know it. We got it. We working on it. It's coming." So what are you doing to proactively tell your higher power what you want, or do you just want them to just roll you into anything? Saying that I want to make more money. If you make $5,000 a month and you say I want to make more money, $5,001 is more money a month. But what is the number that you want? Do you want to make 25,000 more than you make now? Do you want to make $50,000 more than you make now? Do you want to make 100,000 for the year? Do you want to work at home? Do you want to work in an office? Do you want a short commute? Do you not mind a long commute? Do you want to travel? What industry do you want to work in? What is it that you want? And what have you done to make sure that your higher power knows that's what you want? Have you updated your resume? Have you put your resume out there? Have you talked to headhunters? Have you done anything in your favor to help you to move your finances forward? Because again, the power is in your hand. You have the options, but you're laying them down in a defeatist attitude to say, you know what, just do whatever you want to do. And that's what you're receiving. You're receiving exactly what you're asking for, whatever your higher power wants to do. So that's what I have for you. And then again, make proactive steps. Let your higher power know what you want. You don't have to go and create a full vision board. You could just write it down. I want this. I want this. I want this. And then proactively state that that's what you want. Read Don's book. Listen to affirmations. I go back and forth on high vibe, low vibe. So when I know I'm in a low vibe, I go and find my affirmations and I repeat them. It's not like a lot of times we think we get to a place of high vibe and we're never going to go low vibe. Life is ebbs and flows, highs and lows. You're never going to stay in one place. Each season of growth and each place of growth is going to bring you new challenges. So you have to find a way of coping with them. Sometimes it's going back to your regular grounding. Sometimes it's finding a new way to lift you to a higher level of vibration. You have to proactively work at it in order to move forward, unless you just want to be a puppet on a string controlled by whatever forces are available to control you. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I hope that helps you out. I hope that that gives you some steps forward. The first thing I heard, or what I just heard was, because I always like to give you proactive next steps, they say is tell us what you want. Make a list of what you want and then dwell on that. Dwell on the things that you want versus the things that you don't have, because you keep seeming to dwell on what you don't have versus what you do want. So what you don't have is what you keep attracting. You keep getting more of what you don't have instead of more of what you do want. Like your higher power knows what you don't want. Do they know what you do want? So tell them what you do want so they can move you forward. Okay, Keena, who's next? Hey, Miss Bonnie. Look, I shut down the love readings already because I knew you sent them to us, and I know every time you're in the chat, they just come on out. But nope, we're not doing it today, people. Keep it moving. Abby, are you still here, Miss Abby? I get a female energy, so are you a female, Abby? Want to ask about my mental health and also my career. Any messages from angels? All right, so career. I immediately see you, Miss Linda, how are you? Abby, I see you in a car that is going back and forth. It's like you put it in drive and then you put it in reverse and then you put it in drive. So like you want to make a change, but then you don't want to make a change. Then you want to make a change, then you're scared to make the change. So you're in a vehicle, you're ready for this journey, sometimes, and then you're not. So they show me you not only going from one career to another, like you want to go to a whole nother industry, but they show me you wanting to go to a whole nother city, because they show me a split window like me and Sherry are, and that you are going from one city to another city. Like maybe you're in like a more rural area or a slower moving city and you want to go to a faster moving city, or maybe you're in a fast moving city and you want to go to a little bit less active city. Either, oh, Curdy, that's what it is. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, so they're saying that you really do want to make this change, but you get a little bit timid, you get a little bit shy, and then you're like, well, should I do it? Should I not do it? The first step in any journey is taking the, you know what I'm saying? In order to start a journey, you have to take the first step. And you putting the car in drive and then putting the car in reverse and putting the car in drive confuses your higher power and confuses you. Do you want it or do you not? What does Nike say? Just do it. If you want to move forward, then you just got to state that you want to move forward. And what Keena says all the time is decide what you want and reject everything that doesn't look like what you want. If you want a new career, then decide what career you want and move forward. Your higher power always tells you yes, but you have to give them something to say yes to. This is not just like a lot of times we get stuck in, well, whatever my higher power wants me to do, but whatever they want me to do, they want to give you whatever it is that you want to do. And let me tell you what I'm not going to ever tell my higher power. Well, just do whatever you want to do. Absolutely not. I need to be a part of the details. I need to be a part of the decision making. I need to let you know what I want. And then you can navigate me in a way that's for my highest and greatest good to get there, or show me why that may not be the best path for me to take. But I'm never going to just lay down my power and be like, just do whatever you want to do to me. Absolutely not. You are not going to violate me in such ways. You are going to hear what I want and help me to move forward. So that's what I got for you. Like just kind of deciding what you want and then allowing your higher power to help you move forward. Like the other day, listen, if you guys haven't went on Don Sonora Mystic Tarot's page and listened to the weekly messages for this week, you should, because I listened to my sun, moon, and rising. And then one of them, he said, ask your archangels to help you out, to give you guidance, to provide what you want. And one of the things he said that I didn't even think of was to ask them for help, and then ask them for what steps you need to take in order to reach or to get to receive that help, or how you need to move forward. I normally say, hey, what's my next step? But then sometimes you need to say, give me the steps that I need to take in order to get to where I need to be, or to get moving, or to do whatever it is I want to do. If you are ready to take this new journey, to change your career, to change your city, or to make these moves, then go ahead and do that. I get the 10 of Pentacles for you, which means that you are moving in the direction of joy, of blessings, of getting um I like the 10 of Pentacles because it's something that you can see, feel, heal, or touch. It's something tangible that you can actually show, that is a confirmation that you're moving forward. So you're moving toward the 10 of Pentacles, but you're moving very slowly. And the reason you're moving slowly, again, is because you're going forward and then you're pulling yourself back. You're going forward and then you're pulling yourself back. If you want to make some changes, or if you really actually want to move forward and get something going, you're going to have to trust that change is for your greatest and highest good, and just do it. Rip the band-aid off and just go. Put the pedal to the metal and move forward and allow your higher power to guide you. But I do see good things coming for you. It's just you have to decide that that's what you want. Everything starts in the mind. In order for these cars to be made, somebody had to think about it and think about it in their head, create it, and then produce this car. In order for you to make a change, you had to decide in your mind that that's what you wanted to do and then move forward. Nothing that you see in the physical world did not start in the mind. So you have to start it mentally, make that choice, and then move forward. Okay, Miss Sherry Berry, what do you have for
So
Miss Kirsten?
I don't necessarily do health questions. I'm not a physician. I'm not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, not a clinician. However, I did get cards about what I think is your mental health, and it's saying that. Um, so I got the Jack of Aces, which means that you've been like a rebel. You think outside the box. You don't think like everybody else. It's not the norm, and that is what causes you a lot of stress and strife in your path. Then I got the Nine of Diamonds, which is like you're daydreaming about what things could be. And again, that kind of coincides with what Angie is saying is the back and forth because you're daydreaming about it and not putting it into action. And this, the Four of Aces, which means that like the aces is the aces are a change cards. They're about like death and changing and moving on and stuff. So the chaos that is caused is you're causing it and it's causing you grief. And again, going on by what Miss Angie says, it's the back and forth, the back and forth. And that is not good for your mental health. That is not good for having consistency. It seems like you're a person that needs to have patterns. I'm seeing patterns, lists, things to go off to keep yourself in balance. So just remember to treat yourself kindly. Understand that these things uh, are things that you can control. But again, you have to make those choices on moving forward. Why did I just draw a total blank?
And you know what? I like you that's relevant. I feel like that's relevant because I feel like that's how she does. Like she gets on a train of thought and then she has a squirrel moment and then she totally loses sight of where she's
Yeah,
going and she never gets back on track. I feel like that is exactly how like it's kind of working for Miss Curdy. Like, oh yeah, I'm planning on doing whatever. Then it's like, oh my gosh, there is a spider right there. And then now you're on line looking for spider repellent and this and that. And then, oh, now let's redecorate the room. And like, oh, now let's go ahead and find out what we want for dinner. And you never got back
yeah,
to your original plan, which is planning your career because you get so sidetracked and for you, it seems like she needs to just put herself in a room, like set a mood,
patterns.
like, oh, okay, I'm about to do career planning. I'm about to update my whatever. I'm going to put on some music that gets me into it. Like that could be meditation music. That could be just soft rain music, whatever it is that gets you into it. Light a aroma candle and then shut down all distractions. That means shut the TV down, shut everything down. Because when I'm serious about what I'm doing, I put myself in a mode where there's no distractions. I put the phone away. I turn my alerts off and I do what I'm supposed to do because as soon as somebody texts me, now I'm in there and I'm out of my mode. You have to set the mood for what you want to accomplish so that you're not getting squirrel moments, so that you are not distracted, so that you are not starting and stopping, starting and stopping. It takes a lot of effort to get started and then you stop the momentum and you never actually get anywhere because you're starting again, you're starting again, you're starting again. Imagine how many, like when you're starting up to pedal a bike, how much effort it takes. But once you get going, that momentum is smooth and easy. But every time you stop, you have to start it. You know, you have to get the gears going again. And it's a little bit harder than when you're already in motion. So stop stalling your own progress and move yourself forward because I see good things for you. And I see that you have a lot of ideas because they're showing me the Light Seers Tarot deck and they're showing me the page Swords, which is the girl holding a book of knowledge, and then all these little light bulbs above her head. So you have all these ideas, but you never follow through with them because you have all these squirrel moments. So just write them down. Carry a notepad with you. I had to do that for a long time until I learned how to center and ground myself. Carry a notepad, write it down, come back to it, and then focus on, oh, I had this idea. So I'm going to focus on this idea today. I had this idea. I'm going to focus on this idea today. Focus on one thing at a time because you're confusing yourself. Your higher power can understand what you're trying to do, but you're starting and stopping. So they're like, well, do you want to start this idea? Do you want to start that idea? What do you want to do? Or draw a roadmap as to how you want to do it. I want to do this idea, but I want to do this idea, but I need to do this one before I do that one. Go back to your logic sometimes before you get into your emotion. Go to your logical side and map it out logically so that you can move it forward, um, and tie the emotion to it because your joy in what you're doing become your money is tied to your joy. If you don't like what you're doing, you're not going to have the positive mindset and how to move forward with your money. All of the jobs that I do, even the ones that are labor intensive, I enjoy doing them. So my money comes to me easily and flows to me, as Miss Bonnie says, like a raging river. You are confident enough. We're going to take that not out right now and say that I am confident or I am learning to be more confident. I am growing. No, I am growing in my confidence, which means that you're always moving forward. I used to say that, and don't be hard on yourself. I used to say all the time, "Oh, I'm not good at mediumship," and our mentor says, "No, stop saying that you're not good at mediumship. Start saying that you're getting better at mediumship." And you know what happened? I started to get better at mediumship. And so just change that to I'm not confident enough to I am growing in my self confidence every day. I am growing in my self confidence every day. That's a positive, that's a present positive and a future positive. I am growing in my positivity every day. I'm growing in my confidence every day. Don't ever say that you're not anything because that's what you attract, more situations to show that you're not. Say that you are growing in your confidence every day. You're growing in your confidence every day. So that way it's a positive affirmation for you every single day. Okay. So for you, I do see good things. Just remain again. I'm growing in my confidence every day. I'm growing in my self confidence every day. I believe that I can every single day, every single day. There's a song that I listen to. It's about heartbreak. It's called A Little Bit Stronger. And she says every single day it's a little bit stronger, a little bit more. I think about you a little bit less every single day. So I get a little bit stronger. And then eventually it's 30 days and you haven't thought about this person. It's 60 days and you're in another mindset. So you have to reprogram yourself. You didn't wake up one day and just be like, you know what? I just don't like myself and I just don't think that I'm that great. Over time, you had circumstances that happened to you that built and made you feel that way about yourself. So over time, it's going to take you reprogramming your mind to say, hey, I am that person. I can do this. I am confident in it. I have an 8-hour playlist that I listen to in the middle of the night. I put my headphones on. I put that 8-hour playlist on, and it is a male voice telling me every single night how beautiful I am, how great I am, how lovely I am, how smart I am, how confident I am, because I want a man like I like to hear that male voice that just sound good to me. Like another lady telling me that's good too, but I just like you. You decide whatever voice you want, but I listen to it every night. So every night my subconscious is just filled over and over and over for 10 hours with things that are telling me how great I am. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, girl, you are so amazing because all night I've heard how amazing I am. And then when I wake up, I immediately repeat my our affirmations that I've created, and then I tell the universe today is a great day. All the information that I need to do my job is going to happen. I don't like I when I think I'm going to have a tough meeting, I say this meeting is going to be great. Everybody's going to cooperate. I'm going to receive all the information I need. We're going to move forward and we're going to resolve this issue. I speak those positive things in there so that I can attract those things. And then you know what happens? I get the information that I need in the meeting. We move forward with whatever issue we're working on and we take steps to resolve it. It may not all be resolved in that meeting, but we take steps to get forward instead of being gridlocked in a place where we aren't moving forward at all. So you speak it into existence. You again speak it into existence. How do you manifest? You speak what you want so that you can have it. What is the name of the audio? Just go in and just put in like positive affirmations. I have a whole bunch of them that I use. If you're on my YouTube page, so you can probably go to, let me see if they're public. Let me make sure they're public before I tell you to do that. I have a playlist. And it is called da, 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 da. Oh, it's private. It's called, is this it? One of the videos I have is no, that's not it. What the hell is that? Okay, that's not it. Let me go back to the other one because I thought I made it public. It's called repeat. It's private. So it's just different affirmations. So you could just go in there and put in like manifestations for winning the lottery. For one of them I listened to and I love this one. It's by Rockstar Affirmations and it's called I have shifted into my desired reality. So look that one up and play that one. It's about 30 minutes and again it's called I have shifted into my desired reality by Rockstar Affirmations. Another one that I listen to is Heal Your Body While You Sleep, and that's for mindful movement. That's another good one. Um, Heal Your Body While You Sleep, and it's an hour. And so you put it on, she gets you into a relaxed state, and she has soft music playing, and then she just speaks affirmations to you, and she tells you to go to sleep so that she can just speak those affirmations to you over and over and over and over again. So try those. And as you search those, then more and more and more will come up. Okay. Okay. So Rockstar Affirmations is a good source for me because they repeat it on a frequency where it's three different levels. So there's a high level, there's a moderate level, and there's a whispering level. And so I'm just hearing it over and over. Rockstar Affirmations, they have them about your weight, about your looks, about your career, whatever you want to know. So go on to Rockstar Affirmations. That's on one channel, and then mindful. What did I say? Mindful movement. That's another one that you can go on. And those are very good meditations that I listen to over and over and over again. All right, so let me move on to the next person. Kina, who's next? Because we have 8 people in the chat, 8 people pinned to the chat, and I'm just talking and talking and talking. So, oh, you know what? Kina ain't even at her desk. So let me go and find the next person on the list. Is Umber. So Umber, Kina is back. What advice the spirit have for me regarding my fight with my uncle? So, while Sherry Berry was reading on the other person that we were doing, I was kind of getting into your energy about this. And Miss Umber, are you still here? Because the first thing I heard was you're an adult, speak your mind, and if they don't agree with what you're saying, then they're just gonna have to learn to see you as not a child, as not a little kid. Like I think they still see you as little Umber, like as their little niece, and they don't see you as an adult. And once you speak your mind, um and stick to what you're saying, then it'll turn out positive. And then they're also saying you worry a lot about how people see you and what they think of you and how they're going to react to what you're saying versus just speaking your mind. I had to get out of that mentality of being a pleasing person and thinking like, oh, okay, well, I can't say that because this is, uncle such and such, or this is cousin, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we are all adults right now. And so I have to be able to communicate to you in a way that does not cause me harm, that also works at my greatest, highest and greatest good. And so that you see me as the adult that I am. If we're not communicating at a level where we see each other as equals, we're still respectful, but you understand that I'm an adult now. I'm not still the little child that you are thinking about. It doesn't seem to be like a serious issue. It just seems to be an issue where they still see you as a little girl versus an adult because you don't present yourself in a way that speaks to your confidence of who you are. And you also are very, very affected by the things that people say to you or how people think about you. And they're saying, listen, you're going to have to learn to speak it and then let the chips fall where they may. You can't let the way that you resolve something be based on how somebody is going to think about you in the future. If like I had to learn to stop going to things that I didn't want to. Oh, somebody would invite me to something, I would just go, regardless of whether I wanted to do it or not. And I started to be like, no, I don't want to go. Everybody loved to do paint and sip. That's just not my thing. Everybody be like, you don't want to go? You don't want to go? No, I don't want to go. Are you doing something after that? I can join you after that, but paint and sip not my thing. Well, it's fun. It's fun to you. It's not fun to me. You know what else is not fun to me? Being in one of those lockup rooms where they take you, the escape
Escape
rooms.
room.
Listen, let me tell you, anything where I'm locked in and you taking my power away, you taking my freedom away, I'm not gonna do it. You gonna lock me in a room and I gotta answer questions to get out? Absolutely not. I'm not even going. I'm willingly going to walk into this room and let you lock me up, and then I got to figure out how to get out. That just sounds like anxiety that I'm just not trying to have. So I'm not going to lay down my power and do things that I don't want to do. I respectfully decline and tell them no, that I don't want to do it. You could ask me 15 different ways. No, thank you. No, thank you. And I just say no. And then and eventually they learn, oh, Angie doesn't want to do it. Angie's not going to do it. And then they move on, and they're not going to keep asking me to do things that I don't want to do. Or they're going to ask me and they're going to take my answer as the final answer and not keep saying, well, why you don't want to go? It's fun. It's fun to you. It's not fun to me. Digging in a garden, digging in the ground, doing a garden is fun to a lot of people, but it's not to me. I pay a lot of money to get these nails done. I don't want to be digging in dirt, and then it'd be creepy crawlies in there. So I'm not even trying to hear that either. You have to decide how you want to move forward as an adult, and then they have to decide. And then stay with that change, and then they'll learn to accept it. But if you keep shrinking back, then they're not going to accept it. But I do see the thing being resolved, but it's with you standing your ground. I literally see the 7 of Wands and you standing your ground and saying no or yes, or deciding and then sticking by what you decide. What do you get for Miss Umber?
Well, I asked my pendulum if the situation was going to come to an end, and it was yes. But beyond that, I did get the of spades, which is battles, arguments, setbacks, fighting, trials and tribulations. And then I got the 10 of Diamonds. Diamonds is prosperity and abundance. So that tells me there's going to be a relief of the situation, and it's coming. It may take a little bit. It may again take Angie, like what Angie said, is standing your ground and knowing who you are and what you are about. Um, and I do have this, which is your a nurturing, a loving female figure entity coming in to give you that support that you need, that is going to understand that you. And I missed half of what Angie said because my feet were cold and I had to put on socks in Arizona, for Pete's sake. But that nurturing, that lovingness, um, that person is coming in to support you and give you that admiration and the of what you are seeking, that acknowledgement. So I do see that things are coming to an end. I just don't see it coming like instantaneously. Yeah, I can see that, but there is a loving female figure that is definitely supporting you. And again, you know, my little handy dandy pal right here.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at something that somebody sent me. Um
Hope that's helpful, and I'm glad it resonates. Fighting with people sucks. It drains you.
One of the things I was gonna, oh, okay, Keena, I got your message too. One of the things I was gonna show for you, Miss Umber, is that it's a very passionate thing. Like I got the Knight of Wands, so I got that it's a very passionate thing, but you feel trapped because it's family, and where you want to be respectful of them and what they're saying, you can let them know. I understand what you're saying, and I am respectful of what you're saying, but I respectfully disagree. Like you can
Yeah,
say that. You can say I respectfully disagree with what you're saying, or that's just not for that's not something that is agreeable for me. So you can definitely say that, and then just say that you respectfully decline whatever the situation is.
that happened to me today, as a matter of fact. I respectfully declined somebody's BS.
Oh, good, great, Miss Umber. She says she feels relief and validated, and that's what I was going to say. Is like you already know what you want, and you already know how you feel about the situation. You're just kind of wondering, like, dang, if I say it like that, is somebody else's feelings going to get hurt? Like you will put somebody else's feelings above your feelings, and you will deal with the internal conflict on your own versus hurting somebody else's feelings. And you're getting to the point where you're like, wait a minute, I my feelings are valid too. what I have to say is valid too. And just like they don't want you don't want their feelings hurt. You don't want your own feelings hurt too. And it's just, again, respectfully declining, respectfully disagreeing, and saying, okay, I understand what you're saying, but for me, that's just not the option that I want, or that's just not the solution that I want. So I think that you'll move forward with it in power, but I think that you'll be very respectful about it, and they'll see you in a new way. They may think that you're a little bit combative, but they'll also see you in a new light as the adult person that you are, and know how to deal with you in the future. Again, we teach people how to treat us by accepting whatever behavior they give to us. But I think that you're moving in the right direction. I feel like you like a weight was lifted off of your chest, but also I feel like your chest was puffed up so big, like your heart was so swollen that it was like being it was pressing against your rib cage, and you were feeling like, oh my gosh, like I like an anxious feeling, like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe because my chest is so puffed up. And so you kind of shrink it back down to get out of the emotion and to think logically about it. So you're doing the right thing, you're moving in the right direction, and you'll be fine with it. Again, they'll respect you and your decisions. They may not like it, but they'll respect you. Okay. All right. So Miss Keena is having problems with her
Hey,
computer. So the next person is Nikki. Nikki, are you still here? She wants general, beautiful Jamila, calling on angels. Um, Rare. Is that what it is? Is that supposed to be Rain, or is that Rare? Rair. Alina and Pooja. You're all on the list coming up. Anybody else who has a question, type your question and Keena will do it. Um, 2 years, Miss Umber, that is a long time to carry that
that's
weight.
a long
I am so
time.
glad that you are making progress. And that's why there was that trap. Like when I saw the Eight of Swords, it felt like very confined. Like you were just like feeling like it was like barbed wire around you. And it was painful because you were considering their feelings over your own. And now you're like, you know what? Let the chips fall where they may. I have to stand up for myself. And again, some feelings may be hurt, but mine aren't going to be the only feelings that are going to be hurt. And I applaud you for that. But again, respectful. Okay. Amana Khan, I got you on the list. I think Keena had you on the list, but I'm going to add you back again. Um, so, Nikki, are you still here? Do you still want the general reading? Because if you don't respond, then I'm just going to move on to the next person. So, Nikita, are you still here? Okay, you're taking too long. So, I'm going to go to the next person. Beautiful Jamila, are you here? Miss Bonnie, I know you're here. So, listen.
Nikita says she's here.
Okay, good. All right, you could go ahead and start on Miss Nikki.
You know I got things on fire always.
The person who asked the reconciliation question about the relationship, we're not doing those kind of love questions. I can do a general reading for you, but I'm not doing any relationship questions. I'm just not doing love. And also, if you thought enough to break up with this person, why do you want to go back to them? It seems like in your loneliness, you're deciding that you don't want to. You're deciding that, oh, I'll go back to whatever misery I was in, just in an effort to have somebody. If it was bad enough that you broke up with them, why do you want to go back to it? It's like the Lord saved you from the fire, and you're like, well, you know what? I don't want to be unscorched. I want to go right back in there and just be burned to a crisp over and over and over again. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Sherry.
Okay. So I general reading. Um, I get that you're trying to move through this path and you just want to validate or make sure that you're on the right path because you have a person that's telling you everything that you're doing is wrong. And at the same time, you have another person who is giving you the support and everything that you need, but you're still looking for this female energy support on what you're doing, and they're not going to give it to you. They don't agree with what you are, who you are, what you're doing in life, but that's okay because you're supposed to be living your life for you not for the other person. Uh, and I'm really glad that you have somebody that is very supportive, that is giving you what you need, that is telling you, but you're not hearing it per se because it's not the person that you want to give you the support. That would be like me wanting Angie to validate me, but Keena's the one that's giving me the validation, and I'm not. I just, I just want somebody else. I want Angie's approval, not Keena's approval. But God knows, I mean, like I love Keena, and I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, Keena, but Angie, is it okay? So we have to be more open and be an accepting of those those things because the person that's not going to give you that okay, they're just not. And it, like Angie said on the other reading, it's okay to disagree as long as you respect that boundary. It sucks to constantly want somebody's approval of you and they're not giving it, but ultimately it's you that needs to be approving of yourself. Then I get this one, that you are making good decisions, that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And, you know, not a lot of us get that. Not a lot of us get to have that path that we all wanted to be. Like I told myself when I turned 50, I was going to stop working and be a dog trainer, but I'm still working. But that's what I got. I also told
Don't
myself I
tell
was
them to
going
be a dog trainer. Like,
to.
I totally lost my train of thought trying to picture you training these dogs to jump through hoops. Because that's all I thought about.
Um,
Training them to
I
be
wanted to
show
do puppy. I wanted to quit my job. I figured I'd still be married, and I wanted to quit my job and go work at Petco to train puppies. Actually, it's training the people to train puppies. But yeah,
That gave me
this.
such a tickle so fast. Miss Nikki said
I
that you're
also
right
told
on the
myself.
nose.
I also told myself that I was going to run to be a judge in a smaller court district because you don't have to go to a lawyer. You don't have to be a lawyer to be a judge. You could just run, and my name rhymes. So people will be like, "Oh, Sherry Berry." And one of the lawyers that used to work, that was in multifamily housing, she's like, "You should just go be a judge."
Listen, you could at least get a TV show doing the Steve Harvey got one. You could do that and just say whatever you want.
Yeah. See,
There's
there you
lots of
go.
people with that judge show. I can see you doing it. I'd come on the Judge Sherry show.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
Nikki, I hope that makes sense for you. I hope that resonates to you. And you did say, wow, right on the nose. But
So
know
Miss
that,
oh,
once we validate ourselves and what we're doing, it's okay that somebody doesn't agree with us. I have it all the
so
time. My family's constantly telling me,
so Miss Nikki, I want to say this. I know you personally and I know your mama and this how she looking at you. So you sitting here waiting on somebody else to tell you that you okay? Would your mama even care what somebody else is thinking? I'm sitting at her looking at you like, is you a damn fool? Because remember, I know your mama, and she would not. Miss Willie would not even give a damn what somebody else thought about her, said about her, or cared about her. And so she looking at you like this. Really? That's what you want? Somebody else's validation? You want somebody else to tell you what you already know that you are? What I made you to be? You need somebody else to tell you that you good enough? You my daughter. I made you to be good enough. And so you are good enough. So stop sitting there waiting on somebody else to tell you what you are going to be. If your daughter or your son or one of your kids came to you and told you and listen, what advice would you give your daughter if she was going through the same thing that you were going through? What would you tell her to do in that situation? Because a lot of times we have to take ourselves out of it. So if your daughter was being treated in the same way that you're being treated, what would you tell her to do? I definitely don't believe you would just tell her to lay down and take it and to just let this person walk all over you. You would puff your chest up so big and defend your daughter and tell her that she is better than that, she is greater than that, and that she is more valuable than that. So believe in those things for yourself. Immediately when I got into your energy, I felt like I was in a blender. And it's like you put yourself in a blender and then you built a tool to go ahead and be able to push the button from the outside to spin yourself up and mix yourself up and rip yourself apart. It's like you are your own worst enemy. You are destroying yourself, but for the good of, actually, for no purpose. It's not getting you anything. You're not getting the validation from the person that you want. You're not building your own self-confidence. You're just doing it to be doing something. Pain is something that you know. So even if I hurt myself, I'm going to do it because that's a feeling. That's something that is tangible. That's something that I know versus this void of not receiving any love. When you give yourself, like Ms. Bonnie said, love your damn self. When you give yourself that self love, then you don't have to worry about whether somebody else loves you, what somebody else thinks of you, and how somebody else is going to respond to what you say. You love yourself internally, and then you move forward in a way that is respectful of others, but in a way that your actions are dependent on what they're going to do to you. So you need to pull yourself together and stop letting other people walk all over you like you don't matter. Because would you let your daughter do that? I cannot imagine you allowing your daughter to be treated like that, your son to be treated like that, or any of your children to be like that. I know you personally. I know your mama personally. And what do you think that she's thinking about right now about how you're letting yourself to be treated or how you're letting somebody treat you? She probably looking at you like you the biggest FOOL there is out there right now. Like I know your mama, and she would just be laughing at you like, oh, okay, if you want to play stupid games, you go win stupid prizes. I know your mama, and she would not even be, look, she wouldn't even be entertaining this conversation with you because she'd have been and told you one time, and then she would have moved on and let you just walk around in a circle of sadness if that's what you want to do. But she's only going to tell you one time. She's not going to keep having this conversation with you over and over and over to validate that you are worthy because she's told you you're worthy. You're either going to believe it or you're going to wallow in that sadness. You're going to find ways to make yourself understand that that's what you are, or she's just going to sit there and look at you. And you know better than that. So pull yourself together, because I've seen you struggle over the years, but I've seen you not one time not take care of them kids. One thing I always say when somebody asks me how you doing, I say she take care of them kids. They're always clean. Their hair is always done. They're always in school. They're always moving forward. She take care of them kids. And so in the same way that you take care of those kids, take care of yourself. Because what happens when you're not there to take care of them? What happens when you let yourself wallow in a state of depression, or you get yourself to a state of mind where you cannot take care of them? Who's going to look out for them? Who's going to give them the tools that they need in order to be the person that you want them to be, or is the person that they need to be to stand strong on their own? You have to be that person, but it takes you taking care of yourself and caressing your own inner child to be able to to provide for those children. So if for nothing else, know that you have to be the person to teach them. And so how can you teach them if you're not able to maintain and take care of your own mental health and sanity? If that means going to a counselor, then go to a counselor. If that means going to a therapist, if that means whatever, if that means cutting people off and just being like, oh, okay, then we just like, walking past them like you don't know. Let me tell you, I can walk past you like I've never met you before and not even feel any sort of regret, resentment, or anything. Just, oh, okay, boo, boo, boo. Did you see such and such? He was back there. Who? Oh, I never even heard of them. You have to decide that your own personal peace is more valuable than what this person is doing to you, what this person is saying to you, how this person is making you feel. And if that means cut them off and don't have to talk to them again, listen, what I tell y'all all the time, Verizon is my best friend because my block list is long. My block list is long. I do not have to communicate with people who do not bring value to my life. How is anything that you're saying or anything they're doing going to edify your life or bring value to your future? If it's not, then keep it moving and keep it pushing. Okay. So who's next? Keena, who's next? I hope that helped you out, Miss Nikki. And you do know I still got a phone, and my phone number is the same as it was in Michigan. It's still the 810 number. So if you need to talk to somebody, you do know how to dial the number, right? Oh, okay. I'm just saying. You can't do that. I'm just saying. Okay. Who's next?
Angie's on a roll.
Y'all, listen, one thing I am not about is laying down my power and just letting people walk all over me like I'm a doormat. That's just not what I'm going to do. We going to fight it out. We going to go 10 rounds in this ring before I'm going to lay down and just let you walk all over me, because that's not what I'm going to do. I'm a fighter, and we just not going to do it. You're welcome. Who's next? Keena just keep disappearing. What is going on, Keena? Look, Mercury retrograde is just beating Keena ass right now. Beautiful Jamila, are you here? If not, then we're gonna go on to calling on angels because I think I done called Beautiful Jamila a couple times and she ain't said nothing. Oh, it's a love question. So Beautiful Jamila, we just gonna keep on going until you put in a different question. And so Miss Bonnie is next, and then Rare, and then Alina, Kareem, Pooja, and Amana. Okay, so here we go, Miss Bonnie. Hi, Wanshell. I know your real name, but I still like calling you Wanshell. Is it Wanshell? Is that what
That
it
is
is?
her real name. That
Oh,
is
that
her
is her
real
real name.
name.
What else do you call her?
Yeah.
It's something. What else do you call her?
I call her Candy.
Okay,
Candy.
because I'm like, wait a minute, it's something else you be calling her. I like Wanshell.
No, no, no. Sister. Call her my sister.
Okay, I knew it was something else. I'm like, wait, it's something else. Okay, so all
No,
right,
or
Miss.
Wicked.
So what else do you have? Do you have anything for Miss Bonnie regarding the piano? That's weird because the first image I saw of the piano, I saw it with wings and flying away. But I also saw and you know what, Miss Bonnie, randomly you came up with the piano and I did not reach out to you because I'm dealing with other stuff and I should have. But they said, have you thought about reaching out to like institutions that teach piano or things like that and see if they were willing to buy or wanting to purchase something like that, like going to places that teach piano or that utilize a piano like a theater or something like that to see if somebody wanted to do it. Have you posted it on Facebook Marketplace, TikTok Marketplace? Have you posted it on any of your social media to let people know that it is for sale? Like, how are you getting out there so people know that it's available and that you really are motivated to sell? So that's what I got. But I do see the piano with wings flying off away. So for me, that's a positive thing showing that it is going to move. So Miss Sherry Berry, what do you have for Miss Bonnie?
So I did get a five of diamonds. Diamonds, pentacles. Pentacles is money and abundance. So I do see that the money and abundances are coming in. I do see that there is a client because I got the the King of Hearts. So I think
Wait,
that
can I say this right
person
quick?
that
Every time you say client, I think like client as in like like you're a madam and this is your client. I don't know why. It's just that when you say it, I just get a sexual tone to it, like your client.
oh my dogs.
All right, go ahead, Miss Sherry.
And then I got the Nine of Hearts, which means new home, shift in energies around you. So I do see that the piano will be moving. Uh, I do feel like it'll be moving soon. Hold on. This stupid. When is piano be moving in the next? Stop. 3 months. September. Okay, so possibly in the month of September that your piano will be moving. August? No, not August. September? Yeah, I got yes for September. So I would be thinking that the piano will be moving sometime in September. And Jake,
Um, I didn't
you
get an
have the
exact
floor.
date. I'm sorry.
I didn't get a
I
date,
didn't
I
get
got
an
a
exact
month.
date, or I didn't get a month either. But I did get that it had wings. But I did tell me to tell you to be a little bit more creative and get out there. Like you can even post it on Facebook and say it's in California, so that people know where it is and know where they primarily need to be in order, or to even say, it's at the consignment place and that you can go there to find out more information about it. But they're just saying, you have to put more awareness on it. If it's in a consignment place or at a consignment shop, then how are other people knowing about it unless I go into the consignment shop? A lot of times, if I don't know about it, then I won't even look into it. Like if you post something online and I know somebody who's looking for a piano, I could say, oh, such and such has a piano in California. It's at a consignment shop. This is how you can get in contact with those people to make the sale. So they're saying, what other alternative ways are you doing to put out there? Do you have any videos of you playing the piano or any good photos of the piano or anything like that, or even the ad from the consignment place to show so that there's more eyes on it so that people could even refer, because I'm a person that will definitely forward your post for other people to see it, just because even if I'm not interested in it, you never know who's on my list or who's on their list or who's on the next person's list by word of mouth who can get that information out there. And so the only word that I got was like, I don't feel like there's that attachment that we spoke about anymore. Like there doesn't seem to be any emotional attachment to it. Like that seems to be gone. Like they're actually showing it to me as singed. So I don't know if you did some kind of burning ritual to get rid of the attachment, but I do see it as an ash that is blown away. But now they're saying you just need to put more awareness out there for people to know that it's available and where it is, and then it'll go ahead and move. You're right, Wanshell. Advertising does help. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Miss Bonnie. But again, I hope that it does sell very quickly. Um, okay, so let's see who's next. Beautiful Jamila never showed up, so I'm just gonna take her off the list. Rare, are you here? Alina, are you here? Pooja, are you here? Amana Khan, are you here? Angie, not me, but the other Angie, are you here? Are any of you here? Oh, you have limited knowledge of the Miss Bonnie. You have limited knowledge of the area where the consignment shop is. Cause they're saying like just put the name of the consignment shop on there, put a picture of the piano on there, and be like, if you want any details about it, like here's a link to the consignment shop, here's a phone number, here's an email, here's a price, or here's whatever you want on it, and then they can do the steps to get there. Just putting more eyes on it, or other people may even tell you other ways that they know of selling it in some kind of way. All right. So the first person that came up was Amana Khan, so I'm gonna go to her. And then Rare, if you come back, then I'll take yours. So Amana, I'm gonna take you. And you said, can I please get a general? Girl, I love a general. I would do it for you anytime. And then Angie, I think was the next person that came up. Yeah, so Angie, you're after Amana Khan. All right. Hi, Noble T. You know who I miss? Terry T. I ain't seen Terry T in a long time. He probably just living a fabulous life. Probably got a new boo, drinking Starbucks, and just done forgot all about us. Mara
His
Bincha.
birthday's in December.
Oh, really? Is that Mara?
Or was it no, or was it he graduating or something? I don't know. There was something where I took a shot. It was in December and I got drunk off the shot, but we were
Oh, yes, I
celebrating.
do remember that. Yes. Terry T just I forgot all about us. That's all right.
Don't love
Mara,
us
we
no
can
more.
do a reading for you. I can do a general, but I don't I you know what, I can do a general love reading for you. You didn't ask about anybody in specific, so I can do that for you. You know how much I love a love reading, people. Coop, I will put you on a list. There are 6 people ahead of you, but I got you on there for general guidance. I'm just doing a little housekeeping while Kina is having computer troubles. Look, the Mercury retrograde is really in full effect.
You got to get Freddie Mercury out of the microwave.
Exactly. Daniel Weaver, I'm going to put you on a list. That is a question I can say I've never had before, but we'll work on it. But the first thing that Spirit gave to me on your question is, what are you doing to make those dreams happen? Like, have you done any research on how to start it, what it costs, how to maintain it? Is this something that you've done before? Have you worked on a farm? Do you know any of the details of it? So when we get to it, we will address your actual question, but those are some of the questions that came up immediately when I got into your energy. All right, so are you ready for Miss Amana? You can go ahead.
King of Diamonds, Seven of Hearts, and Seven of Clubs. So the King of Diamonds, again, money abundance, a strong money and abundance coming in. Are you looking for money? Are you looking for what? Okay. There's a person that is a again male. Oh my God. I don't know why I keep getting sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy. So not necessarily, ouch, that hurt.
You keep getting a client.
a client.
It
So
may
a
just be the way
male.
that you say it that make me think that, but as soon as you say it, I'll be like, oh, a client.
Oh, my dogs. Okay. So the king of diamonds is usually associated with a male figure, a strong male figure that has money, a wise man with money, or a good luck in that aspect. Then I got the seven of hearts, and the seven is about apathy. So the seven of hearts is the opposite of hate, fear. Like, no, it's not. It is about hate and fear and loathing. So there's people around you that have a jealousy of things that you have, that are very envious of what you have and what you have coming in as an abundance. Then I have the seven of spades. God dang it. I mean, clubs. Um, that you are bringing in doubts and worries within yourself. Like, am I supposed to have this? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this because these people are all the naysayers, blah, 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 like chickens talking shit. And it's putting doubt in yourself with the abundances that you have coming in. So maybe it's not a sugar daddy. That technically a sugar daddy is a mentor, a person that is supposed to guide and mentor you while you hang out with them.
Let
Sexual
me tell
favors
you,
are
that is
not
the most
part of that.
PC definition of sugar daddy I've ever heard in my life. A mentor. All right now.
It is a
That is the
mentor. And you're so maybe there is a male figure that is supposed to be or a female figure that is supposed to be mentoring you into these things. But I do hear a lot of gossip and a lot of BS, which is causing you a lot of anguish and whether you deserve these good abundances and things that are coming in. I hope that makes sense for you. What
Hey,
do
I
you
can.
have, Miss
Oh
Angie?
my God. When you said sugar daddy is a mentor, baby, I was like, oh, that's a new way of putting it. Oh, okay. Mentor. My
I have
yeah.
mentors, but they are
I'm
not
about to
sugar
look, I'm
daddies.
about to get me one of them mentors. That's the kind of mentor I want. Exactly. Higher power, I need a mentor.
I need a mentor.
I am dead flat right
Oh, gotta love
now.
it.
Okay,
I
Miss
can't help
Amanda.
what they tell me. I can't
Exactly.
help what they
You gotta
tell
put
me.
quotation marks around it on one sale like mentor. Sugar daddy mentor.com.
Hey, Daniel Wanshell, that's wicked, by the way. I know Daniel. Oh
Okay,
my
Miss
gosh.
Amana, I couldn't get any visuals for you and I wasn't getting anything intuitively, so I did a past, present, future for you. And for your past energy, I got the Wheel of Fortune, like things were changing in your favor and they were moving forward. And it kind of goes along with kind of what Miss Sherry was saying, like maybe there are some people who were who's kind of been like preying on your downfall. Like maybe you had momentum, you were moving forward, and then people start like maybe you were telling too many people and not necessarily bragging about it, but kind of, celebrating your own stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I got this new opportunity. And you were telling a lot of people, and then so they started kind of side eyeing you. And not all, people are not always trying to prey on your downfall purposely. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, how she get that? Like, she ain't smart enough to do that. Oh, she a doctor. I can't believe that. Oh, she got a promotion. Is she good enough? So that's not necessarily them preying on your downfall, but questioning how you got some of the accomplishments that you got in a way that is stalling your progress. So so then I see so then I got to your present energy, and your present energy is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like going back and learning something. That's like traditional institutions, religion, like you're kind of falling back on things that you already knew, your traditional foundation and things that you've learned from your past. And one of the things that is taking you to for your future is in the hermit mode. Hermit mode is so now you're reflecting on those things. I've learned these things. I've got this information. I know this. I've learned these lessons. I received this information. I have this foundation. I know. and then you're going to pull back, or you're currently pulling back. That's your future energy, where you're just kind of thinking back on it like, wait a minute, did I do that correctly? How should I have done that differently? How can I change this to move forward, where I'm not experiencing negativity, or where I'm getting my momentum back? So in that way, you're going to kind of be like quieted down and not telling everybody about your future plans or how you want to do. Because imagine telling somebody, oh, you know what, I'm thinking about going to law school. And they like, really? You think you can be a lawyer? Like, do you think you're smart enough? Like, you think that? And so they're not telling you that you're not doing it, but they're putting doubt in your mind. And so now you slow down your momentum, where you were happy and excited about some news that you were sharing. You're kind of thinking like, well, dang, can I really do it? So what they're saying is kind of keep your ideas and your things to your chest until you figure out and know that you're strong enough to move forward, regardless of what other people are saying, or regardless of what people may think of you. So you're just kind of in that hermit mode. Like, again, you had the momentum, the wheel was moving in your favor, things were progressing for you. It seemed to be a little bit of some kind of block that is coming out, but it seems to be an outside block or outside energy that kind of stalled your turn in your favor. And it didn't, like, it's not like it went back to the negative. It just stopped or slowed down your progress. It was like somebody put a stick in your wheel and the stick is trying to break free. And so in that time, you went back and said, wait a minute, I know better than this. I know about this. I have better learning, better ideas. I knew better. Now I'm going to see how to move forward based on the information I have and the lessons I've learned. And so then I asked for advice for spirit, and I got the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles means good news that's coming for you regarding money matter. So I feel like regarding your career, regarding money in some kind of way, you're going to get some kind of good news. You're going to get some abundance, some kind of financial blessing, or something is coming your way along the lines of financial blessings. And then for your outcome, I got, oh my gosh, this is good. I got success and achievement with the world card, and I also got the moon card. But with the moon card, I feel like there's an unknown. You're trying to use your intuitive side, but you're also struggling between your cardinal and your spiritual side. Do I go by the traditions that I've learned? Do I go by the traditions that I've learned all the time, which means my religious background or however I grew up in my belief system? Or do I break through and go by what I'm trying to discover in my future spirituality and what I'm learning and growing? Or like, which way do I go? I'm fighting intuitively what I know versus reality what I see. And you're having that fight. But I do see ultimately your success and achievement in moving forward, and you transitioning from one person to another person, or from a less confident you to a more confident you, a more spiritual you, a more intuitive you, a person who goes with that gut feeling and who knows, you know what, this is the right thing to do, regardless of what other people think or say. It's you having that self-awareness and transitioning into it. It's kind of like, okay, you used to crawl on the ground as a caterpillar. You got in this cocoon, and you kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on. All these changes are happening. I feel the transition. And then you come out with wings, and you like, well, I don't know what to do. You still trying to crawl on the ground. And you're like, wait a minute, I can soar now. You're learning to use your wings to move forward. And so this is that transition that you're going through. So you're ready to move forward. You just have to find out how to make your wings go, because you're soaring above all the negativity and all the things that people are saying in order to move forward. It's just in you believing that you have the wings instead of trying to walk on your feet. That's like seeing a butterfly walking instead of a butterfly flying. You like, he got wings. Why would he? You know what I'm saying? That's like you having a car and then deciding to catch the bus to work instead of using your car. And you're like, well, you got a car. Why are you walking? Why are you catching a bus? Why are you going an alternative route when you have an easier route? So it's just like, please move forward with what you already know. Women. My mom just told me, saying, don't tell everybody until it happens. Again, that is
Ah,
true. Don't tell people about your business. Move forward and then make the announcement that you got whatever it is, or don't tell anybody at all. Let it just happen. You don't always have to share, or you're also in that hermit mode. You're learning who you can and cannot confide in. You don't have to confide in everybody, or you have different people to confide in for different things. I have different friends that I can confide in for different things. Everybody in my friend list doesn't believe in tarot, doesn't believe in my abilities. So I don't speak those things to them about my abilities or about this part of my life. And then there's other people who are only who I do tell things about family. So I have people I confide in about family issues, about work issues, about all kinds of things. So you have different people you can confide in for different things. And as you grow, you may have to drop some of those people off and just keep a lot of things to your chest before you do it. I was one of those people, as soon as it went from my ears, it went to my mouth. Like, I told everything as fast as I could tell it. And my guys used to be like, don't tell nobody, shut up. And I used to be like, I can't tell nobody. Like, you really, like, it felt like they were just putting a muzzle over my mouth and telling me that I couldn't say nothing. It was painful. But in the times that I didn't listen and I told people and it turned out in a negative way, I learned to shut my mouth when my guides told me to shut my mouth, or to keep information to myself until it came to fruition. And so that there would be no negativity, so nobody could, kind of stall my progress or put any doubt in my mind. So you'll learn over time to listen to exactly what your mom say. Don't tell anybody anything until it happens. Okay, so I do see positive things coming for you. Good news coming about money, promotion, success, and achievement. So you're well on your way, and I'm happy for you. Come back and tell us how things work out. All right. So the next person is Angie, because Pooja didn't respond, Alina didn't respond, Rare didn't respond, Mara, are you here? And Coop, are you here? So those are the people I have. And Daniel, I know you're here because you are active in the comments, and I love all your comments, especially about that mentor that Miss Sherry Berry was talking about.
Mhm.
You're welcome, Miss Amonica. I love your energy and how gracious and humble you are. You're very gracious and humble, and that's where a lot of your success come from. You really do thank your higher power and appreciate things that are given to you. You are not ungrateful, and a lot of times you're surprised at your success, and because of that, you're always giving more. Just because of your gratitude and how you respond to things that you receive. So when you appreciate little, you're giving more, and it's keep increasing. I just see your increase going up, 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 and up. Like you know how they show you your battery power on a phone, yours keeps rising because of your gratitude and your gracefulness and how you move forward. Okay, so you can go ahead with Miss Angie, um, Cherry Berry. Hi, Monica. Oh, Alina, then I'll take you after Angie since I see you're here. Okay.
Cards. They're flying out.
That's a good thing. They like, tell it, Miss Sherry Berry, tell it.
Okay. Hmm. So the spades, swords, again, death and change and changing. So I have the three of spades, which is a lot of fighting and conflict. And sorry, I had something in my eye. A battle, roadblock, things getting in your way. And then I have the nine of spades, which is you not letting go of things. So there's been an argument, a battle, a fight, and you're not letting go of it. Um, Literally, if you read the definition of this card, it is a coffin, a ghost grieving, facing hauntings, um, facing a haunting to move on. Like you are stuck where you're at. So whatever this, excuse me, whatever this argument was about, this conflict, the strife, whatever is in your way, you're kind of stuck in that. Um, then I see the two of hearts, which is about unity, partnership. Um, I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say. If you're stuck in this fight, are you arguing with a partner and you're stuck on like that argument? It could have happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but it's in the past and you can't get past it. Your partner continues to support you, but you just can't let that go. I don't know what the heck it is. Uh, What in the heck? Okay, so there's a fight, there's you're being stuck in it, and there's something to do with a partnership. And they are not giving me any more help on this. They're just like, "Psh, done, Sherry, psh, done." But you know what it's about. Like, and a partner doesn't mean necessarily mean like your spouse, your lover. A partner can be um a relationship with a friend, a relative.
Hold on, Miss Sherry. I
It
missed a little bit of what you were saying. What was the beginning of what you're saying? Because I think what I have to say flows right into what you were saying. What did you say in the beginning about her?
there's an argument, a fight, or something that's a battle, a setback, roadblock, trials, fighting, and then that they are stuck in that. Like they
Okay.
can't let it go.
Miss Angie, are you the person that asked about the love question in the beginning about will you reconcile with somebody? Because immediately when I got in your energy, I saw a pendulum. It was a yes no question and the answer was clearly no for you. So are you that person that asked that question? I just want to make sure that that's what it was. So that's what I feel like it's stuck in. She wants to go back to it. That's what you're seeing. That's what that stuck energy is. That's what that argument is. Like she wants to go back to it, but for to her own detriment, because they clearly just showed me a pendulum shaking back and forth and the answer was no. Okay, so the answer is
No,
no. No
no.
reconciling with that person.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would, and I know it's like you just said that you recently ended things and that you're currently single and things have recently ended. And it's very painful and it hurts, but it's time to end it. It's time to move on. It's time to let it go. And you're stuck there. And especially since it's not fresh. Sorry. I've got this long ass hair and it's just creeping down my back right at the moment. It's all Angie's
Hey, my
fault.
hair? You talking about my hair?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Sis, just so you know, when I pass away, Angie's supposed to get my hair for her wig. Just so you know, just so it's out there.
Everybody need to know that. I know it's morbid, but when she pass on, I need you to go ahead and shave that head. Run that bundle to me. Okay.
I got to
So
know the
Miss,
color she wants it before I do that too, because
that
right now
color, I'm
there's a
gonna keep
lot of red in
it
it.
hotter. Just whatever color you make it, I'm gonna be like, this what color Sherry Berry is, so this what color I am now. And for the future. That color. Miss
Okay.
Angie. Immediately when I got into your energy, I got that you are losing sight of what your future should be, what your focus should be. The word career popped up very specifically for you, and that you have an idea. What is this idea that you want to bring fruition, but you're allowing your heartbreak, because they show me a broken heart, distract you from that. They're saying if you would concentrate on your career, it would distract you from the broken heart. So you have an idea that you are supposed to be hey, divinely guided. You have an idea or some kind of project or some kind of career aspect. It may be your own business that you want to bring to fruition, but you're not concentrating on it because you're so heartbroken and you're focusing on that. And the rest of your life is just kind of drifting by, like your life has turned into a black and white portrait. Like it has no
I need to
color, it
see
has
it.
no life, it has no hope, it has no dreams. Like they show me the star card. So the star card should be upright like this, and it's just falling to the side like this because you have no hopes, no dreams, no ambitions, no nothing, because you are so emotionally connected to this person and you really wanted to work out and it did not. And even to your own detriment, you still want this situation because you were so firmly rooted in the success of the relationship and you can't see anything past that. And they're saying if you concentrate on what this career thing is and what this idea is, you would lose sight of the heartache and you would move forward. You would transform that passion from the loss of the relationship to this idea and moving forward in your career. You haven't told me. So what is it that you're supposed to be doing? Or what is this career move or this idea that you have that you're not concentrating on, that you have put to the wayside that you should be moving forward on? They're not showing it to me. And I don't know if that's because it's something that other people should know or you don't want people to know, but there is some idea or something related to money and career that you have an idea about, but that you are not concentrating on because you're so focused on, I want to be in love, I want to be in love, I want to be in love. And they're saying, once you establish yourself in this capacity, you won't be so focused on it, and then it'll just naturally come to you. You've locked yourself into a place where all you think about is the love situation, and all you're doing is attracting more people who are um preying on your vulnerable state right now. So if you move yourself to this career mind focus, you'll be more confident, and then people will be attracted to your confidence, your high vibe, and then you'll attract more positive mates than than attracting somebody who's going to prey on your vulnerabilities. Okay, so it's a travel social media idea. Perfect. So that's where you need to be focusing and researching and moving forward on. And if you concentrate on that, then you will not necessarily forget about love, but it'll take your focus off of so much of the heartbreak, because I see you just kind of going over the argument over and over and over. Well, what if I would have said that? Should I call this person? Should I mistakenly text this person, like have a butt dial, have a minute, or, I mistakenly text this person? Like, you're thinking of all these ways to reach out to this person that are superficial in order to just reestablish a connection. And they're saying that's not where your focus needs to be. That's why you're not receiving any guidance from your higher power, because your focus needs to be on your future and on your career. And once you concentrate on that, you'll get the guidance, you'll get the motivation, you'll get the um the inspiration that you need to move forward, and that will start to fade in the background. Let me tell you again, I need you to go and listen to Sarah Evans, A Little Bit Stronger. It's a video. The video online ain't that, on YouTube ain't that good, because it's a lot of, like, they do a lot of talking in it. But if you got like Spotify or whatever your musical choice is to listen to music, listen to Sarah Evans, A Little Bit Stronger, and it'll help you to move forward in this situation. And another song that I want to tell you to listen to is Carrie Underwood, I Hate My Heart Right Now. Okay, so listen to both of those songs. It'll help you to move through your mood, and you'll feel like somebody understands the pain that you're going through. Because right now you're feeling like nobody understands. I really wanted this to work out, blah, 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 blah. And so you're trying to plead your case for why you're feeling this way. And you just need to listen to them, and they'll understand, and then you can move forward. And then after you do that, you need to listen to something that says, wait a minute, I am that person. I am worthy. I can move forward. And right now, I can't think of the song that I would listen to, because it's always a Beyonce song that tells me how great I am. And so I always find a Beyonce song that just propels me forward, where I could just tell somebody, well, wait, hold on. You ain't about to treat me like that. You ain't about to just be walking all over me like that. I'm just going to have to move forward. So I need you to listen to both of those songs. And then I need you to find an affirmation video to listen to in order to reprogram your mind to get out of this love, this heartbreaking love state. Okay. So that's where you're stuck, and that's why you're not moving forward. Again, what did I say? Sarah Evans, A Little Bit Stronger, and Carrie Underwood, I Hate My Heart Right Now. And then after you listen to those songs, you'll like, girl, I have a whole playlist of country music that'll just, you'll just be like, oh, okay. It'll get you out. It'll be like somebody understands the emotions that you're going through, and you can let them go. So you're not trying to suppress them, you're wallowing in them, and you need to just move through them. Go ahead and let them happen, and move through them, and move past them. And again, focus on the career thing, focus on this idea, so that you can get out of this situation, and you can motivate yourself, or you can move, or you can get, you know what I'm saying, out of this negative vibe that you're in. Okay. So that's what I see for you, Miss Angie. But again, it will pick up for you, but you have to decide that you're ready to stop wallowing in it. It's kind of like, are you ready to take a shower and wash this filth off of you, or are you just gonna keep wallowing in the mud with the swine? Like, how are you going to move forward? Do you want to keep wallowing in it for a little while longer, or are you ready to clean yourself up and make yourself desirable? Like, if you met you now, are you dateable? Are you somebody you would want to date? You know what I'm saying? If you
No,
had a
I'm
friend
not.
who, like, oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Girl, I'm not somebody I would want to date.
I am somebody I would want to date, because I'm very, we're not even gonna get into that, because that's a long tangent that we don't want to go on. Are you dateable? Are you somebody who's ready to date, or are you gonna bring your baggage in from another relationship? Because imagine meeting you and then trying to have a conversation with you to build a relationship forward, and you are the person that you are now. Are you dateable? Are you ready to be dated? Okay. Are you ready for somebody to love you in a way that you want to be loved? And have you defined what love is to you? For me, my love language is, is doing things, showing me your love. Don't just speak it. I don't want to hear you just say, I love you, I love you, love you. You can say, I love you. You can say olive juice, and it sounds like, I love you. That don't mean that it's true. I'm a person that your actions need to speak for you. If you love me and you know that I like Starbucks, then you're sending me Starbucks. You're buying me Starbucks. Like, I was just on a trip with somebody, and every time she goes on a trip, she gets a little sick. She has a tummy ache. Her husband knows that. So when he picks her up from the airport, he has a ginger ale and some chips for her to ease her stomach, and so that it can settle her stomach. That's his love language. He does stuff. He understands what she goes through when she travels. So when he picks her up for the airport, he has the things that she needs for her to feel better. What's your love language? How do you want to be loved? If you haven't defined how you want to be loved, then you'll take anything that anybody gives you. Somebody could tell you you're beautiful, and you're like, oh, well, he said I'm pretty. Well, does he respect you in that way? Does he respect you in that way? Is that something that you want? How do you want to be loved? Once you define it, like Keena says, define what you want and reject everything else that doesn't look like that. If you want to be respected, you teach people how to treat you. If you don't want to be treated a certain way, then you don't accept that behavior. If I tell you that I have to work in the morning, I have to get up at 5 a.m. and you're calling me at 11:30 at night, you don't respect me. You don't think that I need any sleep. And so if I continue to answer the phone at 11:30 at night, I'm tired, I'm groggy, I'm not mentally rested and ready for my day, and you've disrespected my timetable when I told you that I need some sleep. So if you're going to constantly allow people to treat you a certain way, they're going to treat you that way. You teach people how to treat you. So if you want to be treated another way, if you want to be loved in another way, then you have to determine how you want to be loved and only accept the behavior from that. Does that mean rejecting some frogs? Yeah, it do mean some rejecting some frogs until you find your prince. You know what I'm saying? Your higher power is going to test you. She says she's over it. She says she wants this. If this Willie Lump Lump come through, is she gonna take Willie Lump Lump, or is she gonna wait for her Prince Charming? If you're gonna jump on anything or let anything jump on you that comes your way, then you're gonna get anything. But if you want something respectful, then you have to define what respectable is for you and only accept those things. Okay? So I hope that helps you out. Starbucks sucks. Oh my God, Daniel. I just almost lost my ability to be able to read for you when you said that. Just what? Jesus Christ,
Daniel,
people.
you
Oh
just
my gosh. I just can't believe you said that. Oh my
don't do
God.
that. That's
All right. So the next person we have on the list is Miss Angie. I hope that helped you out. I feel funny saying my own name. Coop, are you here?
right.
Daniel, I know you're here. Mara, are you here? Pooja, are you here? Alina never spoke up. Rain never spoke up. Who's here? First person to name I see, that's who I'm taking. You're welcome, Miss Angie. Come back and let us know how it works out, and let us know about this travel thing you're talking about on social media. What you doing? Like, you planning trips and stuff for people? Let me know, because I'm always trying to. I'm a world traveler. I like to go places,
Yeah,
and we
she
will
just got
support
back
your
from a
business.
place.
Listen, we will support your business if you post about it and tell us about it. We will share your page. We'll send people to you, but you got to be legit and you got to be ready. Cause if I send some people to you and you ain't ready, they gonna let me know that you wasn't ready. So you got to be ready for what you're saying you want to do. Cause success could happen overnight. Okay. So who's the next person?
Very
Who's ready?
true. Because when I started my tea stuff, it was this one who was very supportive.
All right, Daniel is here, so we're gonna go with Daniel because nobody else is answering. So all of y'all put yourself on the list, and y'all ain't. Oh wait, no, we said we're gonna do Alina. Alina told me she was in there. Sorry, Daniel, you're next after Alina. I'm so sorry, Alina. Are you still here? Because you told me you were here, and if I start this reading, then you come back and be like, I'm back. I'll be like, you're gonna need to rewind back to 1 hour and 35 minutes because that's where we're starting at. All right, Miss Alina, you said you were here. You wanted a general. Miss Sherry Berry, you can go because I've been talking and talking and talking, and I need some water. And no, this ain't liquor, y'all. This is just cranberry juice and water. It is, I promise.
It's got ice.
Of course.
Okay. Alina. So we start off with the Seven of Diamonds. And again, the seven is about a pentacles, which is about abundance. However, somebody is lying to you about money. Damn. Because the seven is about deception and the seven is about apathy. So lies, deceit, falsehoods, loss of money, fraud, troubles. Then I get the Ace of Spades, which is sudden change. It's the death card. It's change. It's there's there's a change in whatever's happening with your finances and your money. Then I get this guy. This means lush greenery, reaping rewards of hard work. So even though somebody's deceptive about your money, it is going to change and then you will reap the rewards and the hard work that you've been putting in for your money. Whomever this shit is, you've got to bring in the abundances. Stop sitting in that negative space with your money. Think of what is that? Money, everything is coming abundantly to me, and it's going to flow. And whatever the affirmation, mine's different, so I know that theirs is very good. You're muted.
I got one for her. Let me find it. Our regular little
Yes, that
affirmation.
one. So money flows into me, and I am open to accepting it. I believe in infinite abundance, and I'm always want and needs will always be met. So this we have to stop the stinking thinking and get this going. Figure out my money situation. That's what this is telling me. I always say make your money work for you and not and you need to stop working for your money. So when you can flip the script on money and how we have been programmed about money, like, oh my God, we're always hustling for money, but are we making our money work for us? Stop the stinking thinking. Yes. So
You could
I
get a
hope this
mentor.
helps get a mentor. But your hard work and your hard work is going to pay off. Just we need to stop this. It's like I keep seeing vertical blinds, which y'all know me. I used to work in multifamily housing, and vertical blinds were the number one thing that renters used to complain and we used to replace 10, 20 at a time. Well, they cost money. So when we started finally charging people for their vertical blinds, $3 a blind, and guess what? They started taking care of their blinds. We were bleeding money. So why I'm getting vertical blinds tells me that you're bleeding money. You got to find out where that hemorrhage is and make it stop. And once that happens, you're going to be in a better place. I hope that makes sense.
Monica, I see that you're here. Did you post a question? I'm gonna take your question in place of some of the people that didn't show up, but you're the last person that I'm gonna take. So go ahead and post your question, Miss Monica. Miss Alina, that is everything that Miss Sherry is saying makes sense to me because the first vision I got of you was the Six of Swords, and that is going from drama to calm. And so I got the Six of Swords, which means like the first question I was going to ask is like, were you dealing with some kind of drama or some kind of issue with somebody, and you're trying to move on for that? But then the queen, is it the king? The king of swords came out, and I saw it as the Queen of Swords, and I was gonna put it back, and they said no, let it stay out there. So the Queen of Swords energy, the Queen of Swords is usually the bitch. She's a person that gets that they call kind of like the bitchy queen because she speaks her mind and she doesn't care. She lets the chips fall where they're made. Swords are thoughts. And so you're thinking from a logical space, but you're speaking your mind from that logical space, and you're speaking your mind articulately. You're articulating what you need to say, and you're not speaking from a place of emotion. The Kenosaurus is also that logical person, and he is more business centered. So where she said you're bleeding money, you're learning better ways to manage your money and to be like, hold on, why would I spend money doing this? Or like, why am I taking a bus when I have a car? Why am I doing this when I can do that. Like you're finding different ways to make your money work for you, or to spend your money in ways that are not um that are not wasteful. So you're learning how to manage your money. Like, I work so hard for this money. Where's it going? What am I spending it on? Why am I spending, $150 a week on fast food? Or why am I, buying all these things? How do I make my money work for me? Like she's saying, what is it that I can do? Can I put that money in a high yield savings account? Can I set up a withdrawal from my regular checking account that automatically comes out into my savings account every Friday? And that way I don't have to manually do anything. I don't have to do any activity at all. It just moves. And then after a couple months, I'm like, wait a minute, I got like $600 that I saved and I didn't even do anything because I set it up and I let it move and I let that money make money for me. One of the ways that I keep my savings from dwindling is I put my savings in an account that is very hard for me to get the money in. I don't have a debit card for it. I don't have I don't have any kind of card where I can go in and get the money out. The only way I can get the money is if I transfer it to my other bank, and then it takes 3 business days for that to happen. So if I have an impulse need and be like, oh, I really want this purse, and then I'm like, well, dang, I gotta go to my other account, transfer the money. I gotta wait 3 days, and by then the thought is gone. So I make it hard for me to get access to my money so that it's a sound decision. I'm just like, well, shoot, I want this purse, it's $300. Let me go get this $300. I make my money work for me, and I also have an alert that takes it from one bank and sends it to another bank, so I don't pay attention to it. And before you know it, I'm like, oh, girl, look at how much money I got. And then I keep setting goals for myself for a higher amount of money that I want to make. So maybe it was $10,000 I want to have at the end of last year, and maybe it's $25,000 I want to have at the end of this year, or maybe it's $50,000 that I want to have at the end of the other year. So you decide how you want your money to make, but you're in the mode of thinking, or if you're not there yet, you're moving to a mode where you're logically thinking about how you want to invest your money, utilize your money, or take accountability for how you're spending the money that you make. Okay. Okay. Your sister's been on your case about it. Uh, and so is your sister younger than you? Because I got the Page of Pentacles, and the page is usually a younger person who's giving you advice or is coming to you with information about something. But I feel like it's also good news about financial situation. So somebody's in your ear, and that could be your sister who's in your ear saying, hey, 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 you make good money. What are you spending it on? You make good money. What are you doing with it? So that's that page. That's that she's older, but you're the youngest. Okay, so this is somebody who's speaking to you about money matters, who's telling you better ways. So I feel like good news is going to come to you about money matters, or you're going to get additional information coming to you. And then I got hermit mode. Are you a person that is a bleeding heart who just loans money to other people, and then you may or may not, in most cases, not receive your money back? And so you're getting into that mode where you're like, hold on, the bank of Alina is closed. I do not have it. I'm not giving it to anybody else. I had to do that too. I had to say, no, I don't have it. No, I have a child that is going to college. I need to spend my money. Like, why am I working this hard to make money to lend to you, and you're sitting back just dwelling in your wastefulness, and I'm supporting your wastefulness by loaning you money that you're unable to spend back to me. So you know what? The Bank of Angie, just like the Bank of Alina, is closed. And then when I say I don't have it, I truly don't have it, because I moved that money from my checking account to my savings account. And technically I don't have it, because technically that saving account money is not money that's available. That's emergency money. That's crisis money. And you creating your own crisis is not a crisis that I'm going to pay for. So you have to decide how you want to spend your money, or how you want to allocate your money to others. So what they're saying is, stop being that person. Stop opening your wallet. Like, they literally showed me a wallet being open, and your dollars just taking wings and flying away, and you never seeing it back. Although people have good intentions and tell you they're going to give it back, but you're not getting it back. And that's just a loss. And it's just a loss. And it's just a loss. And then you're sitting back thinking like, oh my gosh, I have all this money out there. Once you close that bank, yeah, people are going to look at you like, oh my God, you're not going to give me the money. No, I'm not going to give you the money. And stand firm in your resolve of it. If you have to create a regular statement that you give to everybody, I just don't have the bandwidth to allocate to somebody else. I am working on my financial goals. No, I don't have the money. I just pay my bills. Whatever your standard comment needs to be. Like my standard comment is, I have a child that's about to go to college. All of my money is tied up in him. Or I say, I have a teen, I have a young adult on my payroll, and all of my extra money goes to paying for their education. So you come up with whatever your go-to thing is and stop giving out your money. So that's what you need to do, is stop letting all your money go away, because you're finding that your ends are meeting at the end of the day, but it's not for lack of having the means to do it. It's for the lack of seeing where your money goes. Like when I finally got a accountant to do my taxes, and she told me the things that I needed to track, I started looking at what I was spending, and I was like, hold on, like, really? That's what you're spending money on? Oh, absolutely not. You go cut that back. You're not going to spend money like that. You are going to make wiser choices. And so I started making wiser choices because I could see it in writing. This is what my rent is. This is what my gas is. This is what my car repairs are. This is what my food is. This is what my groceries is. Like, I can see it. So that's what you need to do, is go ahead and see how you're spending your money, so you can shock yourself and then slap yourself back into reality and stop wasting your money. So that's where you're going. But again, things are good coming for you. It's just in you making the decision to make better choices with your money. It's not that you don't have the money, it's that you don't allocate it to the right things or spend it in a way that is positive and for your highest and greatest good. So I hope that helps you out. And I hope you come back and tell me, like, girl, I'm a millionaire now, so I can do what you're doing. Like, if you ever find like a good stock to invest in, go ahead and come tell me, because I'm going to do it too. Okay. Hey, Miss, I
Um,
love when Miss Linda here. She's such
I
the mom.
one of the things that I did was I was used to listen to Dave Ramsey on my commute, and paying with everything for with cash, like only giving myself $20 a day to spend. If I was going to spend $20 on breakfast, I wasn't going to eat lunch. If I spent $10 on Starbucks, then I only got $10 for lunch. So once I started doing that, and then doing what he calls the snowball effect, paying the smallest bills to the largest bills and how it was paid, I got myself out of debt $20,000 in 1 year by being very, very strict on that. Um, again, it's all about how you make your money work for you. I'm not so great. I'm telling you, I need to go back to do that. But that really, really helped me a lot. I have a lot less credit card debt because of doing that. And I'm grateful because I was married then and I'm not now. And I can't even imagine how cruddy my finances would be now if I didn't do that then.
And see, you've gotten two different people who've told you two different ways to make your money work for you. She used the cash method, where, look, this is how much cash you got, and once you run out of them bills, I don't know what you're gonna do for the rest of the week. I guess you're gonna be patting turning with that foot. Pat one foot and turn with the other. But you decide how you want to set your financial goals up. I take my money and let it just drift off into that other account. She takes her money and she sets a strict budget with her cash. So you find what tools work for you financially to help you to move forward. It may be investing, but it needs to be invested in something that is solid and not somebody who shoulda, coulda, woulda. I want to open up a balloon store, and you like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Have you ever sold balloons? Have you ever saw a balloon? What kind of balloons are you? Like, you have to decide what it is that how you want to make your money work for you. It's not for lack of having money. It's for lack of having accountability for how you spend your money. Okay.
Yeah.
So Coop didn't answer. I took everybody else off the list, and I have Coop, Daniel, and Monica on there. So we're gonna do Daniel now, and then Monica, if you're still here, I'll go ahead and do you. Coop, if you don't answer by the time we get done with Daniel, you're off the list too. And then we're done, because we're hitting the 2 hour mark, and that is just more than enough for me, because I still have to cook dinner and I have to mentally prepare myself for tomorrow, because tomorrow is a very strategic day for me. Exactly. Listen, I love Miss Linda in the comments, because Miss Linda is a mama, and she be like, no, you ain't about to be acting like that. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is, because Miss Linda has more experience than most of us, and she has more knowledge and wisdom than most of us. And her the advice she gives you is very sound advice. Like, you ain't gotta give nobody explanation for nothing. Just know. No is a complete sentence. That's a yes
Daniel's
card.
question is yes or no.
And it's a yes. Red is
It's the
yes,
yes
right?
card. This is
Okay, Daniel,
Daniel.
you
The
and this
question is
farming.
yes or no.
I am so intrigued by this farm thing, like because I can't imagine doing that kind of manual labor and just growing all my everything. Like I just can't imagine it. And the fact that you want to do it, I am just so intrigued by you want to open this farm. So Daniel,
Another yes card came out.
oh, it wait a minute, is it that kind of farm? Like
No, he really wants to make a farm, like grow crops and
oh, because he
herbs
put that
and
little green star up there, and I thought that was like he wanted to open a pharmaceutical farm, and so I was like, oh, okay, I'm even more intrigued. Because let me tell you this: when I used like I really like green tomatoes, and I used to go to the farmers market in Mesa to get green tomatoes, right? And so one day I went and I was like, y'all don't have any green tomatoes, and what the lady said was the person that we used to buy our green tomatoes when they legalized marijuana, he turned his tomato farm into a marijuana farm because he could get more money out of it. And so I was just intrigued by what kind of farm you were doing, but whatever kind you want, if you really want to do that, I'm with it. Um,
so I got three yes cards, Daniel.
oh my gosh. So let me see what's the holdup because that's what you really want to know. Like it's you're saying, will my dreams come to fruition? But what you really want to know is how do you get started? Is that clear? Like is that what it is? Because you really want to do it. You believe in the dream, but what you want to know is how to get started. Is that what it is? Like not it like you're confident in it happening. You just don't know how to make it happen. Like what your next step is. Is that what I'm saying? Because the first thing I hear is, have you identified a plot of land where you want to be? Like, are you trying to get like a big industrial farm, or is it just a little something for you to be like, oh, me and Miss Sally about to live on this farm and have a couple, maybe a cow, a chicken, and I don't know, a cow, a chicken, and a pig, and we just go live off the land, something like that? Or do you want a big industrial farm where you are manufacturing and selling your goods at however they do that? You see, I know very little about farming. Any idea when? Again, what steps have you taken in order to make that happen? Have you identified the plot of land where you want to do this at? Do you have the plot of land? Do you have anything that's when you identify a plot of land big enough to fulfill the dream that you want? You want a farm. Do you have a plot of land to even start planting stuff on? Let's start with that. Do you have a plot of land? Have you identified sources of income or sources of financial resources to help you buy the land? So those are like logical first steps. Do I have I identified the plot of land? Have I identified the financial resources that are going to help me to purchase a plot of land? Have I decided what I want on this farm? Do I want animals? Do I want uh uh vegetables? Like, what is it that I want on this farm? Have I conceptualized what it is that I want and taken the steps to research to get those things? You're asking me when. When are you going to, like, the when is when you take the first step. You know what I'm saying? Like, when will I become what? When will you start moving forward toward it? What have you done to start moving forward toward getting that farm? Tell me one thing you've done to conceptualize in reality that farm. What have you done? Because this is what I want to do full time. You know what I've been doing? These lives for at least 2 years. Actually, this is the third year that we've been doing these lives in order to get my name out there, in order for people to see that this is the service that I provide. So this is what I'm doing. This is the steps that I'm taking in order to
Has
make
it
this a reality.
been 3 years?
It's been 3 years, yeah, because
How
2 years
long have you
last
and
year,
I?
we've been doing it at least, we're probably on our second year, me and you.
Oh shit.
Because me and Don, because I have like I said, I did my taxes, and for 2 years, I could use our lives as a deduction for advertising. This is year three. When I do my taxes next year, that'll be 3 years. Nothing but knowledge of how I don't have cash. Oh, okay. So how do you get cash? Are you waiting? Are you literally waiting for the Lord to just rain down cash on you? What sources have you identified on getting a loan for obtaining the land that you want? Like what is it that you just think that you just go tell the Lord you want a farm and then you go wake up tomorrow and you go be living on a farm? Like again, what proactive steps have you taken in order to do that? I want a house. You know what I'm doing? Identifying banks that'll give me a loan. or interest rates or what I qualify for? Like, have you went out and tried to qualify for land? Have you went out and visited other people who own a farm and got some information on how they obtain their grant or their loan? Have you went to the USDA to see if they're giving any money for that? Is that something that is wise to do in the future? Like, what have you done? Do you watch YouTube videos on starting a farm, on securing finances for a farm? What have you done proactively to do that? You said you don't have the money. Well, how do you get the money? Like, these are logical steps. This isn't magic. This isn't something that you needed a psychic for. These are logical steps that you need to take. Like, how do I get money to do it? You either work to raise the money or you go to sources, funding sources. Did you start a GoFundMe and say, I want to start a firm, and people donate money to you? Did you go to a bank? Did you go to, again, the USDA is what keeps coming up for me to see if they're offering loans or grants to help you start a firm. I don't know what I don't know what a percog dream is. I don't know what that means. Percog
Pre
dream.
precog precognition dream.
Sometimes tell you the lottery. So let me say this. You're talking about it, but you're not being about it. You're not doing anything proactive to make this happen. So what you want is for me to just say, well, the Lord said, go to Bobby down the street at Wells Fargo and tell him that you want this farm, and he just go give you a check for $150,000 or whatever. Because how much does 120 acres of land stand for? If you know that's what you want, how much does 120 acres of land come? So I know you need to know that. Like, how much does 120 acres of land cost? Tell me that right now. In the area where you live, tell me how much that costs. Exactly. That's what I said, Miss Brenda. USDA, rural loans. They have loans of, listen, I know a person who got their house on a USDA loan. You really want to open a farm. So what funding sources have you looked into? Like, this isn't magic. This isn't even something that I intuitively have to ask you. This is something logically that you haven't even taken steps to do. You just want me to come up with a magic potion for you and be like, poof, here's your farm? Absolutely not, sir. Again, check with the USD. Again, did you tell me how much 120 acres of land costs? Because if you don't know, then you haven't even really started to work on your dream, sir. And have you identified where you want the 120 acres of land? Do you want it where you live? Is there 120 acres of land that is viable for farming that you want? Like, what research have you done, sir? I feel like you just woke up this morning and was like, you know what? I want to be Farmer Bill. And you've done nothing to move forward with that. I cannot play into this madness that you are pulling me into. You done squashed my dreams of knowing about the farm because you just haven't done your leg work, sir. Mm-mm. I cannot. I just cannot. All right. Coop not here. Monica, are you still here? And what was your question, honey? Oh, so you've done nothing in sight of moving forward with opening a farm. So I tell you what, me and Sherry Berry will be back next Sunday. Maybe, because my son got to move into his dorm, and I think his move-in time is at 11. And if I'm mentally prepared after throwing him out my house to come back and do readings with Miss Sherry Berry, I'll be back on Sunday. But I want you to come back and tell me several things: how much it costs to buy an acre of 120 acres of land, an area where you live that is viable for farming, that that is legally available to create farmland on, and USDA grant options for yourself. So that's what I want you to do. Come back and tell me those three things, and that's how you get it started. Again, you take one step, and then your higher power will take the next step. You got to do something in order to get something. You ain't listen. Don't just be sitting there like, well, look, well, I told the Lord I want to farm. Like, I just want to walk outside and just be a farmer. What steps are you taking? You'll be moving. Where are you moving, sir? Like, where are you moving to go? Like, you know what? You done made me mad because I done tapped into my higher powers energy, and they like, this man knew good and hell well that he hadn't done nothing in order to start this farm. Just nothing at all. My higher power is so mad at me right now, and now I'm mad at you. Just, you know what? Just Lord help the child. All right. So Miss Monica, where you at? And then Sag girl, you're the next person. Oh, nope, no, you're not, because you don't ask about love, and I'm not doing love today, honey. I can give you a general reading about something else, but love, I'm just not doing. And that's just my own personal thing. I just don't do love reading. The internet is saturated with people who do love readings. I'm trying to bring you to a higher vibration, and I'm just not doing love reading. So if you have another question, Miss Sag girl, you will be our last person. I'll go ahead and do it for you. But please give me something else for love. And Monica, okay, you hear Monica. Do you want a general, Miss Monica? Because I don't remember you putting in a question. Miss Sherry Berry, you can go ahead because I gotta regather myself. Daniel done made me upset. Okay, Sag girl on the general got you. Whenever you're ready, Miss Sherry Berry, you can go ahead with Monica.
Thought the list was closed.
It is. Monica, I've replaced Monica with some of the other people that were on there because we hadn't got to the 2 hour mark. And then Sag Girl is our last person. And I just liked her because she
Okay.
said she just subscribed. Did you just subscribe to Miss Sherry Berry, Sag Girl? You can come right on over to the other side and subscribe to me too.
Come to the dock side.
Exactly.
Okay. I got the Six of Hearts, which is loyalty, stamina, long term, and a faithful mate. Then I got the Ace of Hearts. This is a love reading. Then I got the Ace of Hearts, which is the new romance. Did you just meet somebody recently? And then the Five of Clubs. Uh, your hard work and everything pays off. So whatever you're doing to bring in this love and abundance that you have for yourself, and this is a love reading. It is going to be fruitful. I'm not saying it's Mr. Right, and I'm not saying it's Mr. Right now, but it's Mr. or Miss Right for you. Not really. Hmm, interesting. Well, I definitely got a new partnership and a new beginning of something. Hmm. Okay. Then if it's not resonating, then maybe I'm not connecting with you. But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting loyalty, stamina, long term, faithful mate, and then a new romance, a kindling of love is going on. And
You
then
know,
that
got
it
a
is
love
fruitful.
reading and didn't even ask for one. Like, it's got to be love because if you got a love reading and didn't even ask for one, that's got to be what's in your energy. And that could be something that's just to come. I don't know what the not
Yeah.
really is because I don't remember what question you asked her, but
I just asked if she just started a new relationship or romance with somebody.
it could be still to come. Like, tomorrow she could be in
Yeah.
Starbucks and just boom, there go a love right there. But Miss
The
Monica,
love boat soon
exactly.
will be
Miss
making
Monica,
love.
immediately when I got in your energy, I got a very lighthearted little girl energy. Like you're kind of like walking around twirling your hair, like uh-huh. Like you're not standing in your feminine energy. They are showing me the Empress card, but it's upside down. So this is how the Empress card should be, like upright. And your Empress card feel like this because you're not standing in your mature feminine energy. You're still operating in a naive youthful feminine energy that is not working for you. Your higher power is trying to move you to a new level, move you to a higher level. Like you keep asking for change, but you keep operating in a naive state where you're acting like you don't know what you should be doing or how you should be moving forward because you don't want to take accountability for moving forward. Or maybe you just like the youthfulness of where you were and you're not ready to move forward, but you can't pray for change or ask for change and then not want to move forward with the change. If you want to stay in the state that you are, that's fine, but it's a very youthful, immature energy that is not going to progress for your highest and greatest good. The next card I got was the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is somebody who attracts abundance. There's a lot of growth on this card. This is a person who is in command of their finances. This is a person who knows how to attract money, who knows how to take care of their family, who is focused on abundance and growing the penny or the purse or the bag that they have. This is a person that is all about maintaining and increasing. There is no there is no wastefulness in this person, right? So, oh, okay. Um, so you are looking, Monica. I'm so confused because Sherry Berry asked you about a relationship and you said no, and now you said yep, I am seeing someone, but not serious. Like, okay, okay. Well, mine isn't a love reading because I'm anti-love and you just don't want me to, you don't want the Grim Reaper of love reading for you. Again, mine is the focus on you gaining that maturity. Is that why some of your relationships end? Because people are kind of like, you're not growing in your maturity level? Like, it's showing me you wanting to be a boss, kind of like a boss leader, but not wanting to step into the shoes that do it. Like you're trying to stay in a youthful naive state instead of growing into the mature person that you could be and what is planned and what you're praying for. So you're praying for one thing, but you're operating in something less than what you want. So if you want to move to this space of abundance and um financial growth, you're going to have to step up your maturity level, step up your thinking to a more sound, mature level, and out of this naive, airy, I don't know how to operate or how to move forward in life kind of attitude. You started your career as a hypnotherapist? Okay. All right. Um, do you have a website? I would like to explore your website. Do you have a website that, or are you ready to take clients? Like, if you're doing hypnotherapy, like, are you ready to take clients? What kind of services do you provide? What is it that people can subscribe to, and why should people come to you? Like, we can share your social media information and get clients coming to you. Is that what the issue is? Is that like you're not getting the clientele because you seem to be like, are you ready for what it is that you've started? Is how they're showing it to me. Like you're stepping into you're past where the last person was. You've actually taken an action to start the business, but you're not operating in the maturity level of being able to be successful at the action that you've taken. Is how they're showing it to me. So that's what they're saying. You just need to grow up in your maturity level and make sure that you're providing a service that is beneficial to others as well as helping you to grow. Okay. So I just started a couple months ago. What does that mean? So you're not ready to take clients? You said I just started a couple months ago. What does that mean? You're not ready to take clients? So if I had somebody who wanted to be like hypnotized to stop um for whatever, I'm getting success. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that. And the last person on the list is, who did I say it was? What's that person name? Sag
I
girl, are you
don't know.
ready? Okay, she said she wanted a general. Sag girl, are you here and are you ready? You're the very last one on the list. We're done. We're moving on and we're getting done because what do I have to do? Cook some dinner because I have not eaten anything and get ready to prepare mentally for Monday. I don't know if any of y'all do that, but I have to wind down and prepare mentally for Monday and have me a little cocktail to wind down. Okay. Oh, you are taking clients. What is the name of your site, or how can we reach out to you if we wanted to utilize your services, Miss Monica? I'm trying to get you some clientele, honey. Like, how are you doing it? Okay, Sag Girl is here. Are you ready, Miss Sherry Berry? You go ahead. Then this our last one. This gonna be the best reading of the night because she subscribed to both pages. She waited patiently. And she's a Sag girl. That's got to be something good.
Sag girl.
Exactly, Monica, because I want to get rid of this sugar addiction. So if I ask one more time for how to get into your page or how to contact you, I'll just go say forget it. Like I'm
Right?
trying to get you to hypnotize me into doing some stuff so I can stop eating candy all the time or
I want you
something.
to hypnotize me to get rid of this fupa. I'll
Hello,
keep the
God.
booty
Listen, every single full
and get rid
moon,
of
do you know what I do? I give this fat back to the universe, and they just not taking it fast enough. Like, what did y'all take at one
girl.
cell a day? Every single full moon, I release these fat cells that are no longer serving me, and they just are not going. Like, they must be saved and covered in the blood of Jesus because they're just not dying. What's the problem, people? You regenerated two and
This
two said, girl, wait a minute. First of all, listen, if I don't get your contact information in a minute, I'm just going, girl, put your contact information here so we can get hypnotized right quick. I'm sorry, go ahead and
right?
help the patient.
I'm all about it. I will do shoot. I paid for ketamine therapy. Why not?
You know what I'm saying? You got some testimonials, you got some videos so I can see what you're doing, so I can know what you're doing. Like you might hypnotize me and I might think I'm a frog and just start jumping around. I need to know what you're doing. Like, do you
Oh,
got some
you're a
testimonials for
fraud.
me? Exactly. Not you, Miss Sag. We wanted Monica's contact info because she's a hypnotherapist and she about to hypnotize us so I can stop eating sugar and Miss Cherry Berry can get rid of the
Fupa.
the undesirable areas that she doesn't want to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Miss. Exactly, Wanshell. Like I'm just saying, what is the problem, people?
So weird to hear somebody else call her one shell.
I love saying it for some reason. It just roll off your tongue so magically.
It
I feel
does.
like
One
it's
shell.
like abracadabra, like I'm granting myself a wish. It just rolls right off your tongue. All right, so Sag girl says she want a
Okay.
general. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have the Four of Hearts, the King of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. Four of Hearts, of course, is the cup, the Four of Cups, which is the situation in a relationship is changing. So change is coming, which definitely goes along with the spade because the spades are also change. And the King of Spades is about, geez, uh, male violence. That's really crappy. I don't know what's happening. I see that there is or was or could be a lot of hostility, a lot of violence, a lot of poor treatment for you from somebody else. But I do see a Jack of Hearts, which is a new a new self of growth and new self love. I'm
Oh my God, Sherry Berry. If I say these cars ain't flying out that match every word you saying, oh my God, I'm just don't know what to say. I just ooh.
Okay, so yeah, there is some like domestic issues going on. Okay, I'm not crazy. So there is some type of domestic issue going on with the male figure. That is not good for healthy for you. And you need to start believing in yourself and moving that out because this person is bringing you down. They're messing with your head, telling you you're not good enough, and you're starting to buy it. You're starting to believe it. That's that person's issue. That's not your issue. That is that person's issue. And their insecurities with themselves, not with you. You are a good person. I am getting like this good, happy energy, and this person is taking it away from you. Who are like it's like you're an empathic person, like you pick up everybody's shit and you forget where you are in all of it. And that person is feeding you a bunch of bullshit and you're buying it. So you need to really kind of stop buying that And once you pull yourself out of that situation, I'm telling you, things are going to be much better. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm not going to deny that. That is going to be a lot of work to get back to where you were because this person is not healthy for you. I hate those kind of readings.
Okay, so Miss Sag girl, let me say this. Your higher power is real pushy. I just want to say that because when I do your reading,
Yeah.
I tap into your higher power, whoever you believe in, whether it's God, Buddha, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, whoever you believe in, I go to your higher power and ask what's for your greatest and highest good. So while Miss Sherry Berry was talking, they told me to go to the fairy cards. Are you really trying to get into spirituality? And all that magical works and all that kind of good kind of like you're trying to find an alternative way to fuel your positivity. So they immediately told me to go to the fairy cards, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, let me just get her a fairy card because I really don't like oracle cards because I feel like they are like the nice way of saying like if you want to instead of calling somebody ugly, you'll be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, they got a nice personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like oracle cards are just a nice way of saying something that the tarot cards just rip the band-aid off and say, I'm very much a tarot card
Hmm.
person, right? So
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, I'll get her an oracle card and I'll pull some, cards and get some visions. They said no, give her 3 cards. I said, oh, okay, well, I'll give her 3 cards. We won't do any tarot cards. They said no. Then you're gonna clarify each of those oracle cards with the tarot card. And I was like, oh, okay. But first of all, let me just tell Sag Girl that her people are real pushy. Like your higher power is real pushy. But I do like that because I feel like there's like they about to just start pushing you because you're not listening. Okay. So I like your people. I like how pushy they are because I'm pushy like that with my higher power. So I like your higher power. So they told me to do a past, present, future. When I say they again, your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in. And I feel like you're redefining whatever it is that you believe in. And like your foundational childhood learnings and teachings and religious beliefs are being shaken a bit and you're trying to find your new footing or your new ground or how you want to move forward spiritually because I feel like you're on a self love kick. But maybe this relationship that Miss Sherry Berry was talking about is preventing you from finding that space because they don't understand that space that you're trying to move to. And sometimes when people are afraid of you becoming more than them or thinking or trying to keep you in a space that is lower than them, they discourage you from growing. Okay. But let me tell you how your cards came out because I love every single one of them. And I'm just about to read the story to you. So the first thing I got was your past. I did a past, present, future, and your past was music. Like you seem like prior to this relationship or at some point in your past or even during this relationship, you were in a very motivated kind of meditative state where you could just use sound. You could use music to kind of calm yourself, to kind of relax yourself, to kind of motivate yourself. Like you knew how to tap in and get the motivation or the calmness or whatever it is you needed from music. Music spoke to you in ways that maybe advice from a friend didn't work, or maybe like the Bible didn't work, or maybe like, just whatever, like a self-help book. Music spoke to you in ways that provided inspiration. It grounded you. It provided just all the things, the love, the nurturing, and everything that you needed. So is that correct? You were very much into music. So is that true? You were into music? Okay, so that's what I'm getting on that. Like you really know how to do it.
Right.
And
I'm
so
just
they
looking at some
clarified
new
that card with the
information.
10 of Pentacles because you were working on your joy. You were working on the things that you wanted. You were trying to get to this 10 of Pentacles state. This music was helping you to get to that, or just working on yourself. You were working on your abundance because a 10 is a working towards something. You've been working towards something. This is the culmination of things. This is an ending. You've worked so hard for it and you're trying to get to a tangible result of happiness and joy of receiving your blessings. Am I correct? Yes, very into music. And that was a way of trying to better yourself and get you to this 10 of Pentacles. Am I correct? Okay, so that was your past energy. Your present energy is a transformational stage. And I love this card because it is beautiful. And tell me this girl on here don't just look like she is just ready to just become like she just ain't into herself totally and just loving herself. This is the Oracle of the Fairies deck, in case you want to go and look up, see what that card is. It's the Oracle of the Fairies deck, and this is the transformation card. And when I say this card is just beautiful, I just love it. I love her hair. I love how she adorns her hair. And I love how she's becoming something and she's enjoying who she's becoming, right? So you're at a transformational step. Again, when I said you're kind of breaking some of your foundational beliefs. You're trying to figure out who you want to be versus who you've been and how to move yourself forward in a positive way. This is where you were. You came off of that road. Like if this was your timeline going across like that, you have a detour that goes way out this way and you need to work yourself back to get back on there. So yours looks more like an EKG that is, like this. So yours is you were going straight and now you veered off. You learned a lesson and you're trying to pull yourself back so you can move forward with with smaller ebbs and flows because your little line wavelength isn't going to always be straight. There's going to be ebbs and flows. But what the problem is, you went way off course. So you're having a shocking result as to what's happening. Like you don't even know who you are, but they're trying to show you who you're supposed to become. So this is your higher power trying to get you back on your flow. And I can't even make this up because you know what your how they clarified your card with the death card. You know what the death card is? Transformation, spiritual transformation. You don't clarify transformation with transformation, like they said. You're transforming. You're gonna either go kicking and screaming, or you're gonna go leaning into it. Either way, you're gonna transform. Your higher power to had all they can have of you just not moving forward, and they like, listen, let me just shake your ass up and move you forward. Let me tell you, this one lady did Reiki on me, and when she did Reiki on me, I got a vision. My higher power, you know how you pick an unruly kid up that's just acting a mess and you got to go behind them and put your arms up under theirs and you holding them like this as you pick them up off the floor or as you drag them from wherever. My higher power was behind me and they had their hands on me and they were dragging me out of the space that I was in because it was time to move on. They were dragging me, kicking and screaming to the place where I needed to be. I had dwelled in that misery or in that spot too long. Like your higher power says, you're going to transform either way because they clarify transformation with transformation, death of the old you so that you can become the new you. So either way you're going to go battered and bruised and kicking and screaming, or you're going to lean into it and move with the ebbs and flow of it. But you're going to transform regardless. You don't have a choice in this situation. Protect your dreams. That's where your future are. So once they get you where they need to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, once they get you to where you are, you realize the powerful queen that you are, the empress that you are, the nurturing queen. They're showing me the queen of pentacles for you. Once you realize who you are, then this is where you're going to do. You're going to protect your dreams at all costs. So you're going to recognize something that doesn't quite look right. This kind of reminds me of my old relationship or old situations I'm going to be. And if it walk like a duck and it talk like a duck, it must be a duck. If it looked like a bad relationship and it feel like a bad relationship, it's a bad relationship. So I'm just going to go ahead and sidestep that. And I'm not going to even deal with that. So you're going to protect your dreams at all costs. And your dreams may be of peace. It may be of prosperity. It may be of raising children. It may be of getting married. Whatever your dreams are, it may be of being a CEO. But whatever it is, once you finally lean into this and get to that transformation and recognize who you are, you're going to protect your dreams at all costs. And you ain't going to let nothing deter you from that. And so everything that don't work is going to be dropped, including this heavy burden of a relationship that you're carrying. Because they're showing me the 10 of wands, but the 10 of wands, all the sticks just fell to the floor and you not carrying no more. You just walked over all of them. You look back at them and kept it on moving because now you're at the ace. You're at a new beginning, the ace of wands, where you're receiving a new beginning of creativity. You're ready to protect your dreams at all costs. That's where you're heading. Okay. I feel tired and depressed most of the times. No, you don't. We're going to change that and we're not going to speak any of that into positivity. What we're going to say is, I am working on my confidence. I am learning to believe in the person that I want to become. We are going to change that to positive thinking. We're not going to claim any of that stuff that you just put in there about being depressed and tired. Nope. I am attracting a youthful energy. I am attracting a youthful exuberance that will help me to move forward into a positive light. You create the words, but you have to speak them and believe them and repeat them over and over and over and over. I'm a person that writes. I will write that down over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's cemented in my brain, because what you have to do is reprogram yourself. I'm not tired. I'm attracting a youthful energy that will help me to accomplish my dream. I'm attracting energy. I'm attracting positive energy. I'm attracting the energy that I need to move forward in a positive light. You decide how you want to say it, and that's what you do. I'm depressed. No, I'm not. I'm not depressed. I am learning to understand my mental, I am working through my mental roadblocks to get to a higher vibration. That's what you're doing. You're not depressed. And if you do think you are depressed, I don't take that lightly. Go and speak to a therapist and see how they can help you. But again, we're going to speak positivity on those things. And we're not going to say that we're not going to claim them as negative. We're not going to speak the negativity of it. We're going to go and get help. If that's what I think that I am, I'm going to call a therapist and I'm going to get the help that I need in order to work through that. But I'm also going to speak positivity about it instead of speaking negativity. I am working on my mental stability. I am growing mentally through positive affirmation. You decide how you want to move forward, but we're going to speak positively of it anyway. So then what happened? What did I say? You got the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is somebody coming to you or you gaining information through creativity and passion and intuition. You're ready to start that spiral. Protecting your dreams, getting the information that you need to work on your dreams. So your guys are very, very specific in how they wanted you to receive this message. The past, that's where you were. And you know that that works for you. So you need to find out ways on how to use those things in your present situation to move you forward. Because again, we're not saying that you can't use those things from the past, but you need to use those things in a way that works for you now. You know what I'm saying? How do I make those things that I used to do that helped me in the past work for me now? Right? So that's what we're doing. Okay. So we're going to move. And you know what else you're going to do? You're going to come back and just absorb the positive energy in the chat. All the people in the energy in the chat are positive and are always supporting each other. Miss Linda said, don't let anyone claim your power. She's so motherly. She's so wise. She's so nurturing. Absorb that energy. I just feel her giving you a hug right now because she feels like you need a hug. Like I just feel her sending you a hug. Like I'm even getting goosebumps like you need that positive. You need somebody to hug you and tell you how great you are. And so maybe you have to do that for yourself, but you are ready to move forward. Okay. So come back next Sunday. You can come back Wednesday. You can come back any day this week. One of us is on every single day this week. So usually when they're on, I share their page on Facebook. But if you go through my list, you can find Sonora Mystic Tarot. You can find Miss Sherry. Oh, you're already on Miss Sherry Berry's page. You already subscribed to my page. There's Miss Bonnie who does love readings. There's Miss Julie, who is a more of a fit like a body intuitive. Like she can tell you what's going on in your body sometimes and help you to like work on your chakras. She's more of an intuitive in that way. Like she works with the body and trying to help you, get your mind, body, soul in alignment. Miss Miss Susan, she does a lot with mediumship, but she also does readings. Everybody is on live. Scott is on with Miss Julie. And then there's who else is that? Am I missing somebody? Listen, just subscribe and you'll see we're all on here
Tea
every
time.
single day.
Tea time.
Oh, tea time, Miss Shauna. Oh, cannot forget Miss Shauna because Miss Shauna will be on tomorrow and she will be telling you about the planetary alignments and all that's going on astrologically to help you navigate through the week. So you need to go on to divinely guided. Is it divinely guided or God
Naturally divine goddess.
naturally divine goddess? She's in my, like if you're on my page or Miss Sherry's page in our you can go to see who we're subscribed to and you will see naturally divine goddess. Naturally divine. Yes, and she will be tomorrow doing tea time where she will be giving you the tools on how to navigate through the week. Okay, Angie, what's
What's Angie's YouTube name? So I can. Oh,
oh
it's
A5 says.
A5says.
A5 says. A, the number five, and then SAYS. You know why it says? Because I like to talk a lot. And y'all could just see that A5 says. Like, can't you just imagine that? A5 says. A, five, you know what? I could just type it. That might make sense, huh? Thank you, Miss Linda. But you are also inspiring. I love to have you in the chat, Miss Linda. All right, so that's it, Miss Sherry Berry. It was wonderful being back on here with you. I feel like we've been gone for like 20 years. Like we done did a bid and now we back together again. It's always good to spend time with you.
It's always good to spend time with you too.
And you're funny, and I cannot wait for the mentor. Listen, I ain't never heard of. Listen, what you need to be instead of a judge is a politician because that was the best spin on Sugar Daddy I've ever heard in my life. A mentor. God damn it. If Miss Sherry Berry
Right?
just didn't teach me something today, I ain't gonna never forget that in all of my life. You ever seen that
Nope.
one girl who be on there and she be like, if I was at my best friend's funeral and it'd be like her talking down into the casket? That this is the moment I just had with you. Like you just spoke to me in that way and just gave me a nugget of information. I'm just like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like you
Like,
just
girl,
you just
don't
changed.
worry about your family. I got your cell phone and your computer.
Exactly her. Your ex-husband is here talking about blah blah blah, and I said blah blah blah. Listen, when I say she is funny as ever, I love listening to her because she is me all day, and I'll be like, that is so true. That is super
Yep.
true.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
so that's it right there. Yes, Montreal. A5 says you got it perfectly on there. Let me put that up on the screen. That's my YouTube right there. All right. So, do you have anything else that you want to say, Miss Sherry Berry? All right. Well, then that is good. Thank you all for being in the chat. Thank you all for waiting on us and, participating and allow us to read you. Like, I love being in y'all energy. And we got a new list of people. Like, you know what I'm saying, Miss Sherry Bear? We ain't get a whole bunch of old people. We got a whole new list of people. And I hope all of y'all come back because I really did enjoy y'all. But then
And
now I kind of miss some of our old people.
I know. And Sag Girl, I don't, you found me on YouTube, but did you find me from TikTok to YouTube? Because if you follow me there, because I'm still trying to figure out how to hook my TikTok up to this, but so if you followed me from TikTok, follow me on TikTok and then message me and if you have a different name, just say I'm Sag Girl on the YouTube. So then I know. And if you want a reading from there, we can figure that out too.
What is your TikTok?
Sherry Beery,
Oh, same thing.
68. Yeah.
Beery
Sherry
68. Is there an
68.
ad or anything that needs to be in front of that? What do they put in front of it on
Um,
TikTok?
I don't know. I don't know,
Is it at
actually.
something?
At Sherry Beery 68. It's my TikTok.
Let me put TikTok. There you
Yeah, I
go.
have 8,879 followers on TikTok. So that's
That's
why I'm
it.
trying
That's
to
Miss Sherry Berry right there.
hook those two up.
There you go.
I'll figure it out
All
one
right.
day.
So I have it on TikTok, but let me tell you, I ain't been on there so long. The other day I looked, it told me I had 68 new messages. What is y'all saying to me 68 times?
I don't know, but I sent you something. It was funny.
Well, yours usually goes through Instagram, so I see your stuff that way. I don't go in TikTok alone.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wait.
just got
Come.
a new file.
Okay, so here's one Shell's. I love that name. Here's hers with the ad in front of it because she didn't put the ad in front of it. It's all that I can't even. Oh, Wicked. Okay, first, you know what? I need to get offline because
Wicked
I did.
doll.
First of all, I didn't see Wicked Doll. I saw something else, and it is so inappropriate. So I'm gonna say good night because obviously I need to get some food in my stomach because mentally I am not prepared for what I just thought that word was. Good day,
Was it
y'all.
a mentor?
It was a part of a mentor.
Oh my goodness. What am I going to do with you?
Now, listen. Look at what her name is on there, right? And then think of what you could have thought it would have been. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. It's a part of a mentor. One of the important parts. All right, we gone, y'all. Lord help the child. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I really,
Lord.
Lord help the child. All right, let me stop. I can't even end the stream because I'm totally distracted.